next at-bat and was immediately ejected after apparently showing up the first base umpire by tapping the top of his helmet. Rangers' Suarez went 6 innings for the win. The two teams play again tonight. The NBA's negotiating period for free agents begins at 6 p.m. Celtics still have Jaylen Brown on the roster. ESPN reports he's frustrated with the way the team has handled things so far this offseason and that the team hasn't gotten the expected trade packages in negotiations with other teams. Also, the Celtics have picked up the options on the contracts of Nemias Queta, Jordan Walsh, and Delano Banton, and signed Amari Williams to a 2-way contract. In other NBA news, Portland has acquired Memphis guard Ja Morant in exchange for Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. Kristaps Porzingis has signed a new 2-year contract with Golden State, and Marcus Smart has declined his option with the Lakers. He will be a free agent. At the round of 32 at the World Cup, Paraguay scored a huge upset of Germany in Foxborough yesterday, beating them on penalty kicks. Late last night, Morocco beat the Netherlands on penalty kicks as well, and Brazil got a stoppage time goal to beat Japan 2-1. The U.S. plays Bosnia-Herzegovina tomorrow night, and the Bruins have signed the newly acquired Ivan to a 1-year, 2-way contract. They've also extended qualifying offers to Riley Duran, Matt Patras, and goaltender Luke Cavallin. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Michelob Ultra. Watch the world's biggest matchups with 98.5 The Sports Hub. Details at 985thesportshub.com. Presented by Michelob Ultra, the official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports. 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 6:30.
Attack the rim, deep three, violent two-hand slam. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher.
Yes, I finally shaved my nuts.
And Heidi.
Who, me?
Just hanging around.
On 98.5.
Tinkerman, heard about you.
Yeah.
We're Costco guys. Of course we go shopping while eating a chicken bake.
That's gross.
Not a great cook, but I do cook.
When I asked him about the sides.
Kick them in the balls.
I don't care about it, but it's not good behavior.
Blaze Bailey is omitted.
Toucher and Heidi.
We're the best friends that can be, my buddy and me.
On 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
So inefficient. It really is a mess. Really a mess. I don't know how many times. Now I got to open up my app again to give it the permission. This is the 6th time I've had to do this.
Well, I've told you don't have to print your boarding passes anymore, Fred. You can just use your phone.
Yeah, you say that. You say that, but I don't know that that's true.
You don't have to print the whole itinerary and put it in a little plastic sleeve and wear it around your neck. There are people who can answer questions for you. It's an easier way to do it.
Now everything's all locked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried too much. I tried to open up my email. I don't want to be on Chat M65 Copilot. Oh, here we go. Blind Scott. There we have it. Oh, whoops. Now it's gone. I got too loose.
Oh, no.
You got cocky.
I got cocky and started trying to look at it. You got to accept the license agreement. That you got to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Your settings are everywhere, it says. Blind Scott, I'm going to kill you today. If you I'm not literally. I'm going to be upset if you keep emailing. I just need you stop today. Today, I can't have you doing it.
He's back in. We're back in the rotation.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just need to be able to work on what I want to do without Blind Scott getting in the way. So that's all I ask from him.
He's got some good ideas, though.
Always, but I just need him today, not to bother me. Okay. By the way, you know what? We went through yesterday the saga of my flat tire on my rental car. And everyone said, go and get it fixed. Go get it fixed. They're going to screw you.
Right.
Go get it fixed. Well, I'll have you know that there, with Enterprise, no penalty for a flat tire.
Oh. And they'll pick you up.
That was unnecessary, but I did, nonetheless, handle that, and there was no charge to me. I did it all on my own. I got AAA to come and they fixed it. It took them 2 minutes. I downloaded the app and then I got them to my house. They did it. I drove it on over to Enterprise, and now I'm in a sweet Camry. Ooh. Now ask me, is there a screen of which to use my phone on it? No. No. If I'm looking at directions, I have it in my hand, the phone in my hand, but that's where it belongs.
I'm going to head over to Walgreens after this, and I'm going to go up to the cash register, and I'm going to find you a point-of-purchase phone holder that will attach to the air vent directly to the right or left of the driver's position, steering wheel in that Camry.
Well, my hope is...
Put that phone right there, buddy. And then you can start your second career as an Uber driver.
So my hope is that I will, at some point, get my son's car back, and then I will receive my car back. My son has put... this car's been gone for about 2 weeks, being fixed. His $20,000 car getting $10,000 worth of work on it. And it's been gone for a while. So I'm hoping that at some point I get that car back. He's put literally 1,000 miles on it since he's had it. So that's good. Because he's driven to southern Connecticut 4 times now after today. And to the Cape, which will be 4 times. Back and forth, meaning.
Yeah.
So I got that go.
All right. Well, I'm glad you got the tire fixed. And so they just said, good, you fixed it. Now there's nothing. We're free and clear.
Yeah, that's what they said. I said, is there any charge? And they said, no.
Nice.
And I said, okay.
All right.
I said, I got you. I understand where you're coming from, Jack. And they said, we got you.
I did see my son yesterday. I think at like 8:30 last night. When I got home, he was in his room getting ready for work. I went to take a nap. When I got up, he was gone. He had gone to work, and then I left. And it was one of those days we were both home for, a significant portion of the day, but he had nothing to say to me. Knew I was home. It's obvious when I'm home, right?
Sure.
Because, it's a big celebration. Daddy's home.
Daddy needs some time in the basement watching NYPD Blue.
No, but they're all set. They're all waiting at the door anyway.
Oh, it's Pleasantville.
Home from work. Yeah,
You got it.
Yeah, and I made my wife and daughter actually acknowledged me, which was nice. I think I could come or go out of that kid's life, and it really wouldn't affect him much at all.
Well, I have 2 boys that do that.
Yeah, but that's something though. And then finally, last night, I was on the couch. I was watching the Red Sox. And he wandered in the room and he said, "Oh, hey." I said, "Yeah, I live here too. How are you?" "Fine." Gone. What did I ever do to you?
You made him go to work. That's what you did to him. You ruined his summer.
Look. I didn't make him.
Kinda.
Okay. Fred, your son is busy with, baseball year round, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Wallach?
Yes.
Your boys have activities that
they do
still keep them busy in the summer?
Yes, they do.
My son's activities are relegated to the school year, right?
Okay.
So when I said, you got to do something. I mean, because left to his own devices, he's not out there building a tree fort. Okay, he's not picking up a new hobby on his own.
Yeah,
he's 15 years old.
Painting, chess, guitar.
Yeah, he's not Howard Stern.
Oh,
he
can't do things you can do alone at home.
He's not gonna take up still photography.
Oh,
so I said you got to do something. So he started working. This boy genius of mine swapped shifts this week with somebody who couldn't work on Thursday. All right, what's the big deal? What's Thursday? Well, number one, it is mostly an outdoor job. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And what is happening on Thursday of this week weather-wise?
100 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. And he kind of did the forehead slap. It's like, oh, why did I do that? I don't know. All that time you spend with your nose in your phone, open the weather app. So now he's pissed about that. And they also extended the hours that day because he works at a pool. He's
Right.
like, it's going to be hot that day, so we're going to stay up until 8 o'clock. He's like, oh, man, why'd they do that? Because it's going to be 110 degrees with the heat. And
How many hours is he going to be at that pool?
7.5.
Oh, my God.
Does he get to wear shorts and T-shirt?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. I thought they might have him in a tuxedo.
No, but yeah, it's the Club Flamingo. He's Matt Dillon.
Gin, Phil.
Well, at
Yeah,
least
well,
that's a
he was
polo shirt.
he was valet last summer, but now he's a cabana boy
Right.
for Phil Brody, the king.
Yeah. Upside down.
Oh yeah, the upside down fan. He's learning how
Yeah.
to play gin rummy.
Sure.
By the way, just an update. I did get the email from work to open. It's just 25 minutes until it downloads, so just give it a little time.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
All right, good.
I had to forward something from my personal account because that's the way you get it. That's the way you get it printed. Don't ask so many questions. You don't need to know. You don't need anything printed. You used to be able to print things, but now they don't
Relatively
let us on,
easily.
Now they don't let us on the regular Wi-Fi. We're on the
And
guest Wi-Fi.
you've said it before. Let me state this again. Thank you for all the emails that you send. But if there's an attachment or a link, don't bother.
No,
Yeah.
those are gone.
We cannot open it.
Yeah, those are gone. Ronnie, hello, Ronnie.
What's going on, Freddie?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I haven't ate in a week and a half. I just got out of the cold tub. Marky Mark is a fraud, dude. I do not feel any better at all.
Oh, man, you're not doing it right.
No.
You're not doing it right.
How long were you in there for?
2 minutes, 2.5 maybe.
Well, you're not in there long enough, clearly.
Oh, I knew it. I'm such an idiot.
It even says on there for veterans, you go 5 minutes. I mean, come on. I mean, I don't know. It says it on the sign. 5 minutes is just a, I guess, for some, that's enough.
What do you average when you do the cold plunge? How long?
6.5. I don't know. Whatever I feel. I mean, I could stay in there all day. I haven't been in that locker room since it got warm. I haven't been in that gym's locker room since it got warm. I got no use for anything down there now. It's going to be 90 degrees. I don't want to go anywhere. I'll go to the pool. I don't want to do any cold plunge. I'll go to the pool. Or I'll go into the water in the ocean anywhere around here. That's a cold plunge, essentially. That is a cold plunge.
Yeah.
What do you think the water temperature is up in Maine or even in Rhode Island?
Well, I can tell you the ocean in Maine is about 60, maybe 65.
So 60, and that's, I'd say that it's probably about 60. And so if it's 60, the cold plunge at lifetime is usually like 45, 48. I don't
Okay.
60 degrees you're fine. That's good. That's plenty cold. If you can adjust yourself to that temperature, you're essentially doing a cold plunge. It's amazing to me how long it takes for the oceans here. That people buy big houses on the water, which is a tremendous view. But if the goal is to go into the water, like submerge yourself into it, you've got 4 weeks a year where that's at all even relatively comfortable. It's the end of August into September. And ironically, unless you have access to a private beach, you're not getting on the beach after half the weeks that it's warm, because the air gets cooler, but the water gets warmer because of the Gulf Stream. I didn't believe it, but then it was true. Someone, a local yokel in Newport said, is it President's Day? Is that the one in September? Whatever he said,
February.
Okay, so it's definitely not President's Day. He said whatever holidays in September. He was not the
Labor Day?
not Labor Day, but the one after that. He said that's when the water is at the warmest, and he was correct. And we said, "You're so wise, oh savior, Newport man about town. You're so wise." There is a girl here at the radio station, an intern, who has a viral video up of her day.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's got everyone in the back room very on edge.
As well it should.
It's got Nick and the intern saying he doesn't have enough followers to have a video go viral.
How do you think you get followers, dum-dum? Sorry about the dum-dum thing, intern. Idiot.
His name's Ryan.
Hey! Yeah. There it is.
You got to go viral.
And then Nicholas is in there because it's actually Nick's job to try to make viral videos, but he doesn't know what he's doing. So everyone's pretty stuck, and this girl's kind of lapping him.
Yeah.
This Felger and Maz intern is kind of lapping him. It's not like she's doing much. She just put in like a fake caller over her sitting there on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Ryan thought it was a real caller.
Oh, that's bad.
And
Yeah, we got a lot of issues in
We
that
do
back
have a lot
room
of
today.
issues because
so,
I'm like...
speaking of idiots, so Beaton...
It's
again,
probably AI, by the way, as well.
It's not. It's a guy who went viral like a week ago. This Red Sox guy. We played it on the air, and Beaton's like, sounds like she got Maz to do the voiceover. I'm like, we played this guy.
Yeah.
You sent me this guy
It was an
originally.
interview on the street, this guy.
Yes. So it's not Maz. She's repurposing another viral video. They're crossbreeding viral videos, you three. Do you understand? Get to work back there. Mating in some way.
Isn't it funny, just like the most unoriginal thing, and then it's and then they're like, look at this is masterful. Like you copied a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You guys copy off of somebody and go viral. Come on.
Nothing matters. Nothing matters at all.
What?
Wow. That's
No.
pretty deep. That took a left turn. What,
No,
what
like any
happened?
originality or integrity or anything means nothing. It's just, or even necessarily being good. As long as enough people, as long as it jumps into someone's algorithm for 30 seconds, then the victory has been had.
Do you remember the video from Metallica, Nothing Else Matters? And how it's this, very slow, introspective, brooding song. And it's intercut with shots of them playing basketball and looking at the nudie photos on the wall of their rehearsal space.
Yes,
It might be the worst video of all time.
It's them on the road, man.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Well, it's how you survive on the road. Animal instincts. My son sent me a video of the Boom guys.
What are they up to?
They had some computer screen in front of them, and they wanted to get to 1 million something. I don't know what it was 1 million of. And then the poor boy starts sobbing uncontrollably when they get to 1 million.
Okay, so I've seen videos like this where it tracks how many followers you have, and the numbers continue to roll up. And then when you get to 1 million, it's like a banner thing.
And then someone said it's sad that this kid's crying, and they're like, "Well, what? He just had his biggest life achievement," and you're like, "Ooh,
that's too bad."
Yeah,
Maybe he was sad about something else.
Oh, we're so sorry to hear about your brother that passed away. He gets 5 big booms.
If I was sitting there and my kid was crying over like the amount of whatever they got on social media, unless it was money, I would like. I saw one. There's this teacher who clicks a pen, and apparently she says she stole her thing from someone else. But she clicks a pen. You'd like her, Hardy. She's real plain looking.
What's all right?
And she's
Instagram, TikTok. Where do I find her?
I don't have TikTok, so she's. I don't support the Chinese government. So
Teacher pen click.
Yeah, plain middle school.
Ooh.
And she had lit 2 candles on like she's in my algorithm. I don't follow her, but she had lit 2 candles, and I'm like, I wonder what she's celebrating. So I clicked on the video, and she was getting teary-eyed about how she has been an influencer for 2 years. And I'm like, and she's like, this is amazing. Like, I never thought my life would be like this. I'm like, under the understanding that you have the same job as you had 2 years ago. Oh, the only thing is that, like, what do you get, like a brand deal with Bic?
It's true.
Like the Kardashians, you are not. I don't really know what you're getting.
She's still a teacher. This is still her, like, side hustle. And she's very grateful for all of this.
John, I really don't think it has anything to do with money. I really do. Like, there's no way the kid from the Boom guys is crying because all this money is going to befall him.
Right.
What does he know about money? He doesn't know anything about money. They're doing it because it is some sort of like validation. Like you're like, I'm worth something.
Some people care about what you do on a daily basis other than your immediate family members.
Right. Like I've found some way to matter in the world.
Yep.
And this is how I'm going to, and it's the willingness to express that openly.
It's not
very
not
sad.
educator Andrea, is it? Because
No.
she's right up my alley.
No. She's better looking than that. Educated Andrea. She can't have that many followers with that bottom.
Guess how many followers educator Andrea has?
13.
622,000.
Oh, Lord.
Yayo!
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. She's pretty plain.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
This girl might be even more plain. The one that I'm thinking of.
Well, quit teasing. Make what?
She'd have to be in my algorithm. I'm old.
Make with the account. Make with the name.
Make with the link.
All I'm saying is this: is if by the end of today's show I could get to
Oh, yeah.
27,000, or no, how many followers do I have? 26.8 thousand followers. If I could pick up 100 followers.
Have you chased down Kendra yet?
I'm not going to see Kendra until the fall. So that's all.
No, what I mean follower-wise.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No. I have to assume she's well ahead of me.
Okay.
I've been between 24 and 27,000 for pretty much. This is just where we're sitting. But I will weep if I can get to a certain amount and maybe hold some value to this company enough where I could print something out.
How are we on the download?
What if they just fired everyone and hired that intern and they're like, make another one of those? If you're making those videos.
Make 3 of those a day.
Make 3 of those a day, and this company's going to be on easy street.
And that covers the 3 main day parts, and that's it. We'll monetize that. You can do it from home. We'll shut all these buildings.
Yeah, and we can shut all the buildings down. It really is a mess.
Oh, hold on a second.
It's a mess.
Thank you, David. It says the teacher is Miss Duggan.
Yeah, that's right. That's it, Miss Duggan.
Share this with you. Stay up to date. Oh yeah.
I knew that'd be up your alley.
You don't go straightening that hair, do you? No, leave it curly. Oh, is it a humid day? That's okay.
That's got to be like the type, right? That's got to be like your type, isn't she?
Oh,
She's
my
got
God,
to add
she
on.
had a dirty ball cap. Yeah.
Yeah. I think she's from like some horrible place, like Tulsa.
Kansas City, it says.
Kansas City. Same difference.
You didn't wear any makeup that day, did you? That's okay. Oh, she's got a backpack clean out video. That's hot.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's a big frumpy shirt, isn't it? Yeah. Look at you.
I had a feeling we could blow up the studio and he wouldn't notice at this point.
Denim jacket over a baggy T-shirt? Yeah. Come here. Daddy's got you.
All right.
Oh, that is a mid-size import SUV, and I'm not talking BMW.
See, this is perfect.
It's a Toyota.
Fred Hardy had a tough time, as we all do, sometimes getting up this morning and getting in here. You have just saved his day. He's wide awake. He's ready to go.
Those are not fashionable jeans, young lady.
All right, we have to break.
Okay.
But if you want to come back with more of what you discovered from Miss Duggan.
She's fantastic.
Yeah. I knew you'd like her. I think I know you well enough now.
Oh.
I figured you'd like Miss Duggan. Because she's an attractive woman. She's you know.
She's not too attractive.
No, not at all. No. Nothing too fancy. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Touch.
We are Dutcher and Hardy. What happened last night is brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game of what happened. So change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lepresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. Hardy, what's going on?
You know what? Let's do some World Cup first here, because there were some tense moments and a bit of an upset. Let's start with Brazil, who was playing Japan last night. Japan never advanced out of the knockout round at the World Cup. Tied at 1 very late.
Tino's long throw. They need the flick on here. Brazil power it away, and the whistle goes. Brazil have escaped. They go through.
Now, so what? That's what we would have expected to happen here, as Brazil is a much favored team in this matchup. And, how could it have come down to this? Well, we were in stoppage time before this happened, tied at 1.
Tanaka's given the ball away there. Bruno Guimaraes. Oh, and here's a chance. Martinelli! Brazil have won it! They've stolen it right at the death!
That was at the 95th minute of that match last night, Mr. Wallach.
Yes. So 5 minutes into stoppage time, yes.
Brazil with a huge scare from Japan last night. That would have, you want to talk about some brackets that would have been busted.
Yeah.
You don't do brackets. But Brazil advances last night in the 95th minute.
Was that super long or something, the goal? Was it like of a great length?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, because
I saw 4:30 in the 9. I didn't see that one.
So someone from ESPN put like the longest game-winning goal in World Cup history, and they gave a bunch of dimensions, which I don't really understand. So
I did not see that myself. It really wasn't even the talk of the tournament yesterday, though, as Paraguay was taking on Germany. This game, also tied, went to penalty kicks.
A few have been in this position for Paraguay. But he scores! Paraguay have done it! Paraguay have won it! And they booted Germany out of the World Cup!
Massive upset.
Booted them out of these games.
I get it.
Yeah,
I see what he did there.
John says massive upset.
It was a
Hardy
massive
had already
upset.
said.
It was described as an era-defining result from Boston Stadium last night.
Era-defining results, Fred.
Their first FIFA World Cup knockout game in 12 years. Germany beaten by Paraguay on penalties after a 1-1 draw finished, and they said, okay, we're going to PKs. What now?
That's the reason why Brazil's goal was so huge, because the last thing you want to do is go to penalty kicks with a massive underdog like that, because weird stuff happens.
You want to know why? House money.
Yeah.
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 They're playing with house, and you see what happens when you're playing with house money. Oh, no. That ended poorly. So there we go. Who's on tap today, there, Mr. Wallach?
We have. Let me make
Well,
sure.
you know what? I shouldn't even ask you, because 2 days ago or yesterday,
Ivory
you were convinced
Coast.
there wasn't even a game happening last night in Boston. You remember
Ivory
that?
Coast against Norway in Dallas.
He screwed up.
Yeah,
France, I
badly.
did. France against Sweden at MetLife, and in Mexico City. Mexico, apparently a unfair home field advantage against Ecuador.
I finally finished my second reading of Among the Thugs yesterday. Bill Buford's book on, and it ends at the World Cup in Turin with him being savagely beaten by police. And so he...
That's fun.
Yeah. And then it ends, and then it says Germany played England and beat them in the semifinal, and they stabbed a German boy.
Oh.
That's, I think, the last sentence of the book. I actually really do think it's like that's the last sentence of the book. So if, this whole notion of that the World Cup came to town and everyone was very nice should be should, in all honesty, be celebrated, because in the past it has been quite a mess.
Yeah. And don't stab nobody. Just a good reminder. All right, Red Sox last night continuing their homestand after sweeping the Yankees in a 4-game set. The Nationals were in town last night. You say there's no offense. I'll give you first inning offense. Unfortunately, it was the visitors first.
And this ball's hammered deep right and way out of here for James Wood. Over the Nationals bullpen. The 6th time this season that James Wood has hit a leadoff homer. 441 feet, obliterated out of Fenway Park.
It's a pretty big number, actually. It's 441.
Suarez on the mound giving up a long ball in the first inning.
Yeah.
But you know what? Red Sox had an answer right there in the first inning.
Swinging a high drive into left field. That's way back there. It is gone. Yeah, you swing the bat, Wilson. Number 18.
Don't tell him what to do, you piece
Red
of garbage.
Sox 3.
The hell's wrong with you?
He's cheering with him. He's not telling him. He already swung the bat. He already had swung the bat. He wasn't telling him what to do.
If I was him, I would just drop the bat and just walk off.
Back there. It is gone. Yeah, you swing the bat, Wilson. Number 18. Red Sox 3. Washington 1.
Watch him. That's a bat flip, if you've ever seen one. We need to get a launch angle on this bat flip is what we need.
They don't do that. They don't do that. They do that for when you hit the ball.
Yeah.
Not for when you flip the bat, you goose.
Were the Red Sox done in the bottom of the first?
Heck no.
Swing a high fly by Durbin. That is way back there. That ball is gone.
He's a whirling Durbin.
Oh, whirling instead of a whirling dervish. Yeah.
Ball is gone. Caleb Durbin, the number 7.
How about a
What?
homer in your first at bat to make it a 5-game hit streak? I mean, this has been going on for over 30 games now for Caleb Durbin. He's in 320 over his last 30 games.
I know, and imagine if the season was 30 games. You'd be making a lot of money.
Yeah. Instead of raising your average to 230.
That's exciting. It's 30 games.
Things would not go well for Wilson Contreras, though, later in this game. Apparently, he tapped his helmet as he was walking back to the dugout.
Next at bat. He struck out on a check swing. First base umpire rung him up, and Contreras never looked at him, was walking back to the dugout and tapped his helmet on the way back to the dugout. Wasn't looking at the ump at all, and the ump tossed him.
Did he toss Wilson? It seems that way.
Wilson's on the top step. He's still wearing his helmet, and he was chatting with Tracy now on the flow over there. I think it might have been him. Yeah, he's coming out, taking off his helmet and marching toward the umpire and his manager. So the Red Sox up 5-1. He just struck out on a check swing. First base ump, the man who rung him up, Nick Lentz, and thinks he heard something.
I think it almost seems like Contreras is saying, I was talking to someone else. I wasn't talking to you.
He did tap his helmet, but
so basically saying I disagree, I'm challenging that, and that you get tossed for that? Are you kidding me? Wow. How soft are we getting?
As a society, soft.
Yeah, it's more of a societal question that probably can't be answered throughout the course of one baseball game. But all that was en route to a Red Sox 6-3 win, 5-game win streak. Pretty sure that's the longest of the season.
By 2 games, it's the longest.
I'd have to go back and check.
No.
But
you don't have to look too far.
I don't know that this squad has rattled off 5 wins in a row so far this year. So there you go.
Yay. 5 in a row.
The 37. There's still 9 games below.
Yeah,
500.
only 9 games under 500.
Okay. But in all seriousness, if you win like 8 of 10, 9 of 10, then you have a little bit of something, a little bit of minor hope. Now they're doing it without Meyer or Anthony or
Roman Anthony and Garrett Crochet, your 2 best players, still have no timetable to return.
But I think more of take Crochet out of it because you'd unquestionably be better with Crochet.
Yeah,
it is a little interesting that you're on this big winning streak with basically replacement players for your young stars. That's what it took to go on this kind of run.
You have a collection of utility infielders and backups that are powering you to a 5-game winning streak.
Yeah.
I mean,
and by the way, the Tigers rolled the Yankees, and the Tigers are worse than you, and they rolled the Yankees last night. So the Yankees have lost now 5 in a row.
Yeah, Yankees are, I think, 1 game under 500 since Judge got hurt again. You know, it's you want to talk about an MVP. I mean, without him, they are ordinary. And you saw it. Take a look at the lineup the Yankees rolled out there on Sunday night. Just awful. And they're in first place. So
there is hope.
Yeah.
So there is
I
hope.
suppose.
All right. I'm watching something about the violence of the 1990 World Cup from English fans. I'm just, they're behaving now.
Yeah.
But we were alive in 1990.
Yeah.
When things were real out of control. Now everyone's all hugging and playing bagpipes. Back then, some real violence.
Some real jerks.
Yeah. Some fools. All right. We'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines. never changed. It's the same thing over and over and over and over. It's just never good. It wasn't funny the first time.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
We are Toucher and Hardy. What else is going on, Hardy?
We had Netherlands-Morocco yesterday. Is that correct, John?
It is correct, and it's weird how the World Cup bracket works out because if you look at the FIFA rankings around the world, these two teams are both ranked in the top 10.
Yes.
And somehow they wound up playing each other in the round of 32 of this tournament. So this is more a quarterfinal matchup than a first-rounder.
One would think, and this one would also go to penalty kicks.
Ismail Sabari can win the penalty shootout for Morocco with this kick. Yes!
And he did. Morocco,
sounds like it.
Morocco ends up with the 3-2 win over the Netherlands. So there you go. There's your World Cup moment as the tournament continues.
Morocco scores in stoppage time to tie it up.
How many more matches do we have at Boston Stadium? We were talking about this yesterday.
Have one more.
That's it?
One more. They had a round of 32 matchup yesterday. They have one more match. It's a quarterfinal.
In 3 weeks.
Yes. And then that'll be it. 7 matches total. They've had 6 so far.
Okay. And do we know when the next match is?
For Foxborough, as soon as they get rid of all these quarterfinal matches, I think it's this weekend.
They're going to get rid of them that quickly. They're going to do them all in 1 week?
3 a day.
Oh. Wow.
3 a day.
Fantastic.
3 a day, and there's 32 teams. That means there's 15, so they can do it in 5 days.
Yep.
Well done, Fred.
Thanks.
As we get closer and closer to training camp starting in the NFL, Tom Brady giving his assessment yesterday on the Las Vegas Raiders.
You know, I would expect a lot of improvement from where it's been.
Yeah.
I mean, last year, we just underperformed in every area, and it's everybody's fault. That's the reality. There's nobody who did a good job. There's not one player in the organization. There's not anybody involved that did the job to the level that it needs to be done at. And everybody needs to improve. And it starts with me, and it filters down to the rest of the players on the field, and they got to go out there and ultimately they got to perform.
Starts with Tom Brady. The success of the team starts with Tom Brady.
The most powerful minority owner in all of sports. What percentage does he own again? Let me look that up.
I think it's 10.
I don't think it's that much.
I think it's 10.
Just out of pride, if I was Davis, I would not like him talking like this. Just
5. He's a 5% owner.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that was all his own capital that he put up too. So if I'm Davis, I don't want him talking like this at all, just out of my personal pride. I have a feeling he's not very good at it either.
No, he's not. And I've told you this before. It's a very thin line of free agents wanting to go there because Tom Brady's there to free agents not wanting to go there because Tom Brady's there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the name recognition is good for a short period of time, but if you can't do it, people are going to avoid your team, much like everybody else. You know, if you are a crappy front office, it doesn't matter who's running it. You're a crappy front office.
Well, this offseason has been a resounding success as they got screwed on the trade for Crosby, and then they turned around. But that's right, they had the first pick in the draft. And they took the quarterback, which was bold by Tom Brady.
Right.
To take Mendoza. He better hope that Mendoza. And he better keep his hands off of that kid a little bit. Because I have a feeling that he can be a real problem.
They signed Kirk Cousins, right? To kind of mentor the kid, which is probably the best move he could have made, specifically because it'll keep Tom Brady away from him.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know how they're going to keep him away from him. If everything goes through Tom Brady, I'm not positive how they would manage that.
Speaking of the NFL, there could be a new wide receiver in the NFL, as one Jake Paul not only wants to play wide receiver in the NFL, he did that flag football.
Sure.
And now he's got a plan.
I do have NFL aspirations.
Oh, wow.
After boxing, I want to play slot receiver. And so I think to, get that experience in college first would be good, so I could walk onto the Stanford team. I'm being serious, though. Yeah.
Well, this might be the first podcast you mention it, so.
It is.
He's 30.
That's the first podcast that they mentioned it, which you should remember. The first podcast that they mentioned anything. He is 30, and I wonder if this will get any juice, any publicity.
It's on the 16Z podcast network, so we all heard it already.
Will he get into Stanford? Is the thing. Stanford does Stanford need Jake Paul, or does Jake Paul need Stanford?
So Jake Paul dropped out of Westlake High School as a junior, and then reportedly completed his high school degree online.
Like many Stanford grads. Does Stanford
Do most of them have GEDs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of them have transferred in from University of Phoenix. I'll tell you this, is Oakland Community College is like a pipeline to Stanford. You wouldn't think so because of its being in the Midwest, but in Stanford being on the West Coast. But Oakland Community College, I mean, people would get that associate's degree and just immediately fly out to the West Coast, start matriculating at Stanford.
Antonio Brown, in a rare moment of lucidity, posted on X about the Jake Paul notion that he wants to play slot receiver in the NFL. Dude would get effing rocked. Yeah.
They said that about boxing, and he's boxed a lot of old people. So you get him out there against some very old people. You listen.
Is there a senior league he could
join?
join?
You get Lawrence Taylor. Even get Deion Sanders and Lawrence Taylor. You get them out there, and then you get a 30-year-old Jake Paul.
Taylor Lewin said 0.0000001% chance he could make it to the NFL, but I would love to watch this unfold.
But you know what? I bet you if he tried to get on an SEC team, they probably wouldn't do it out of respect for the education of the school.
Yeah.
If they were like, hey, this will bring in $10 million, we'll have this guy come in. Because if you're Jake Paul, you have to start thinking, I wonder when I age out of this thing. Like when I'm too old for this particular medium.
It's going to be soon.
I would assume
really
so.
soon. He's 30. It's going to be really soon.
Yeah. So there's a couple reasons for that. Is one that you're going for very short clicks, which is usually a younger, much younger audience, and number two, you are doing things that require physical prowess. So there's only so much time left on the clock for that. So you got to go out with a big one. So maybe start gambling on stuff and then get into Texas Tech, and they'll let you do whatever you want. The NCAA will put their foot down, though. I know it. All right. My friend, he used to intern for my show in Atlanta, Sebastian, is here. He works for The Woody Show in Los Angeles. He's the cart narc of great YouTube fame, where he polices the parking lots of supermarkets to get people to return their carts, and people get insanely angry with him.
He deputized me as a cart narc affiliate the last time he was in. He got a sticker and a hat.
They really don't like it when he puts a magnet on their car. They don't like that. They get very upset about the magnet. Like, that's over the line. That oftentimes is what pushes them to violence.
You don't mess with another man's car.
Yeah, but I don't know what the magnet's going to do to it.
Just reach over and take it out.
Yeah.
What's the problem with that?
I'm not even positive it's really a magnet. It just might be a heavy piece of rubber.
Oh, my God.
So, anyway, that's what seems to get them to freak out. But you also have to recall that there's a story from when Sebastian was in Atlanta that we'll retell because it's got a great ending, of his mom not believing something I was telling her on air.
Oh, that's right.
And then, was it ever true?
Oh, that's a good story.
And so we will come back with that in just a moment.
More.
strong innings from Ranger Suarez. They won their 5th straight game last night, 6-3 over the Washington Nationals at Fenway Park. They're only a half a game out of second to last place now. They visit the Nationals or play the Nationals again tonight. The NBA's negotiating period begins at 6 p.m. tonight. Jaylen Brown remains a Celtic this morning. The Green are reportedly not thrilled with the trade packages they're seeing in a possible return. The Celtics have also picked up the options on the contracts of Neemias Queta, Jordan Walsh, and Delano Banton, and reportedly signed Amari Williams to a two-way contract. We went into the big trade in the NBA yesterday. Memphis finally able to deal Ja Morant to Portland at the round of 32 at the World Cup. Paraguay scored a huge upset of Germany in Foxborough yesterday, beating them on penalty kicks. Late last night, Morocco beat the Netherlands on penalty kicks, and Brazil got a stoppage time goal to beat Japan 2-1. The U.S. plays Bosnia-Herzegovina tomorrow night, and the Bruins have signed the newly acquired Ivan to a one-year, two-way contract. They have also extended qualifying offers to Riley Duran, Matt Patra, and goaltender Luke Kavalin. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the 99 Restaurants. To celebrate America's 250th, kids eat free now through July 16th with every adult entree purchased. You gotta love the nines. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7:30.
Boston Talk Sports.
Trade Drake May. We all know what, but we won't say what. Yeah, worst take on these airwaves in the last 24 hours.
We may not take a call today.
The Sports.
Ticket not punched.
Hardy.
No, the ticket's not punched. You got a bunch of stuff wrong when you talk. So much for this country.
Dutcher and Hardy.
I guess this country's a bunch of buffoons that don't know the rules.
You idiot. The Sports Hub.
We are Dutcher and Hardy. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. And when I was on in Atlanta years and years and years ago, we had an intern named Sebastian, and he was a student at Georgia Tech. And Sebastian now works for The Woody Show in Los Angeles that's syndicated around the country. But beyond that, I think he's probably best known to our audience as the cart narc, which has become very popular, where he goes after people that don't return their carts at grocery stores and calls them naughty, and then throws what do you call it? What the hell, Mike, are you on? Jesus.
Shit. Hello. Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Put a magnet of shame. This one I've got right here. It says lazy bones on board, like baby on board.
And that is an actual magnet.
Yeah,
Fred was questioning whether or not it was magnetized.
It doesn't really matter if it's
magnet. I think you were questioning the integrity of the actual apparatus.
And that's what throws them over the edge, putting that on the car?
I was trying to make the point is it didn't really matter what it was. People just get so upset when you toss something light onto their car. That was brilliant by Sebastian to decide. Today is a real S show, guys.
What is going on?
I got to let you know. It's been a long time since it's been this bad. I know it's the week of 4th of July and that you're leaving tomorrow, Nick. But you guys are both spraying stuff all over the air during commercials.
I brought you boys some breakfast here, too. I had to feed my boys here.
All right, thank you very much. Give it to them.
It's your job to make sure the men are well fed.
But back to the magnet with cart narcs is, yes, real magnet, and it's a little scarlet letter, a little citizen's ticket. And someone left a comment recently that made me realize what it really is when you talk about people flipping out and trying to fight me over it. It's the last word on their car. It's because we before the magnet goes on, there's typically a verbal back and forth. Hey, why'd you leave your card out? F you. They're all the excuses I hear. But when the magnet's on their car saying, I don't return my shopping cart like a jerk, that's it. Whatever tell-off they thought they got me with, it's right there on their car. And so that's where the more fighting comes from.
Oh, that's an interesting psychological point because I was of the mind that it was just that you touched their car.
Well, that's part of it.
They're like, you can't touch my car. Yeah, and you know what? You would think people would be savvy enough now to see that like a grown man's in like a ridiculous uniform telling you to return a car, that there would be a part of you that goes, you know what? I don't think this guy's actually wants me to return the car. That perhaps this is for the internet.
Well, now, hold on. That's a little bit of cynicism there. That honestly, yes, I get it. That the interaction is where the fun is. But honestly, this comes from I do want people to return their cards.
Understood.
It's a real place.
I would like people to return their cards too, but I don't think that if there was not a benefit to you outside of that, you would put the outfit on.
Right. There's a bit of show to it, a bit of pomp and circumstance.
Right. I don't doubt that you'd be telling people to return their cards, but it would be in a much more
less silly way.
It would be in a much more guerrilla fashion. It wouldn't be with the fancy uniforms.
Because the cart narc videos, I don't ever recall seeing you. It's a POV shot.
Body cam. Yeah.
What are you wearing?
It's a tactical vest. Sometimes it's actually a bulletproof vest because I was given one from an actual cop after a gun was pulled on me in Texas twice actually.
I've seen that one.
And and it just says cart narc across it. And the first question I usually get is, "Do you work here?" Because they're like, "Wait, this guy is in some weird uniform. Doesn't work. He's not the store logo on him anywhere." And when I say no, I'm a cart narc, then I usually get well, screw off. Then I don't have to listen to you.
Okay.
Oh, because if you work there, then...
Well, that's my next question is, what if I did? Well, I'd go tell your manager. And then what would happen,
I pulled it. Did I even tell this on the air? I pulled it. No, I don't think I did. I was with my daughter, and we pulled it into a parking garage of a grocery store. And this guy who sort of had a uniform on, waved his fingers. And I stopped, and he's roll down the window. And I roll down the window, and I see that he's a security guy. And he goes hey... There was a double yellow line over there. He's like, hate to see you get over that and hurt this pretty car. And it was that crap rental car I'm driving. And I'm looking at him and I'm want to erupt, but I'm with my daughter. And I go also what is this going to prove?
Yeah.
So I just raised my thumb.
Yeah.
And he looked at me, he goes, and I'm just and then I just stuck my thumb up and went away. And then it was enraging me because he was older than I am. And he really thought he could stop traffic. But he was standing. I wasn't positive it wasn't a cop. I wasn't positive. And then once I saw it wasn't a cop, I'd already been engaged with him. I don't know why that bothers me so much, but that false sense of authority, unearned sense of authority really gets to me.
And and it gets to people too about me.
Yeah.
Which is part of the psychology
But that was like a traffic stop. I think that I would like to think at this point in my life that first of all, if someone said, "Can you return your cart?" that I would be I would like to think that at this point in my life I would be okay, yeah, whatever. It's I didn't fight with this guy. And then, and that was a traffic stop. See, at least you're just asking someone to return a car. I would say that the traffic stop is worse. That you're just I'm a deputy, parking lot attendant, and I can stop traffic now. Get out of here, you stupid piece of garbage. Would you get hit with a shovel on the way here? Now you're stopping traffic?
This is his oppositional defiance.
Right.
You would love it. You would love it if someone wasted your time.
I would love that job.
Yeah, you would love the job.
Well, to be fair,
70-year-old security guard flags you down with his fingers because he's not so sure he can do it.
Yeah.
He didn't stand in front of the car. He was kind of he was keeping his keeping things kind of iffy.
Yeah, keeping his options open.
Yeah,
what if it went bad?
Yeah, in case I didn't stop, he didn't look the fool.
Well, what is your option? What is your attitude then towards crossing guards? It's some retiree out there with a sign.
Ooh.
But that's a position where your job is to stop people from crossing the road and to stop traffic. By definition, that's your job.
Mm-hmm.
A security guard doesn't have the authority to stop traffic. A crossing guard, I would believe, if you just ignored them and disrupted traffic and a cop came, that they would give you a ticket for not listening to the crossing guard. I highly doubt a cop would come and say, you didn't stop for the security guard.
Here's what Fred hates above all things. If there is a landscaping truck that needs to back out of a driveway and one of the landscapers gets out and tries to stop traffic, Fred's reaction is, "No, you stupid piece of garbage. I'm going around. Why do I have to stop?"
Meanwhile, Hardy has done that in the middle of the street, stopped traffic and directed traffic, and wears that as a point of pride. You see the difference here.
Well, there are helpers in this world, and he is one.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Mr. Rogers, taught us one thing.
Yeah.
To be a helper. To be a helper.
Because, far be it for them to just wait until traffic dies down. And
If they could
get
just
out.
wait, it wouldn't be an issue. But there's a lot of
it's an issue.
traffic.
It's an issue because they have to get out right now. After all, they have the landscaping truck, and they're needed immediately on a do-or-die landscaping mission.
Well, a little bit of irony. I have been a few times. I've had like mall cops try to flag me down because they see there's been I'm leaving. There's been some sort of disturbance. Someone screaming. There was fights going on or whatever, and I have not stopped for them whatsoever because I owe them no authority.
Right.
No, they should be. If they're stopping you to thank you,
right?
That would be one thing.
Well, yeah.
Well, I told you that I'm obsessed with these. I was telling Hardy about this. I'm obsessed with these body cam things, and there's one of these security guards who had to wear body cams in Florida in a Lowe's parking lot. Now this parking lot's not owned by Lowe's. So this guy's picking up pallets from behind Lowe's, and he's got the permission of Lowe's to do it. But these security guards who have 2 guns on them per guy and bulletproof vests on are like, and it goes day by day. It shows them getting more and more into it, this guy. And he's like, F off, F off. And it ends with one of the security guards shooting the guy through his windshield and killing him while his wife sits next to him in the car. Now the security guard's in jail for the rest of his life. There's some danger in this. Like
Yes.
if you hand someone 2 guns and go patrol the parking lot with, and by the way, the wife successfully sued the company that was running the parking lot because the guy who had the guns had never passed any of the gun training. He wasn't even allowed to have those guns.
Have the blue card or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you see the Fred, there was one where a guy, security guard at a bar, took a taser to a man's face recently.
I saw that one.
Yeah. Same thing. These guys get a little too. See, all I got is magnets. All I'm asking is politeness. I'm not using any force at all. It's just a battle of wills.
You know what it is, Sebastian? It's your tone. It's
too nice.
It's the tone. And Fred, if you want to play a clip here, because sometimes they're just normal everyday Joes. Sometimes there are people who pull out their bona fides on you.
So I have linebacker poop and nitrous.
We're starting with linebacker. This is a cart narc video.
This is a guy about 50, 60 years old, big, nice Porsche SUV, dumped his cart at a Costco in the middle of the walking lane. Which, again, if you have a cart after him, you're screwed, or your mom with a stroller, etc. Walk just to give the logistics to people out there. And I walked
wheelchair.
Yeah, wheelchairs, obviously. And I asked him to say, "Hey, would you not leave that out there?"
Yeah.
Cart returns right there, sir.
I picked it up last time. They were sitting right here and walked in with it.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, that's nice, I suppose. But let's say you go to the bathroom and you find, let's say that someone has taken a dump on the toilet seat. If you then clean that off, but then leave your own that's not a good thing.
Why is it? Whoop your ass.
Sir, you're a very old man. That's not going to happen.
That's my car. We'll nail your ass. I'm next linebacker in the NFL, so I'll knock the out of you.
All right, so he's an ex-linebacker.
Ex-effing linebacker.
Ooh.
And his excuse was, well, that's where I found it. And, of course, my analogy about the poop was, I think, spot on.
Yeah, it was very good.
But then the magnet comes out, and he's like, well, you touched my effing car, blah, blah, blah. I'm a linebacker because I told him he's old and that he didn't like that. But I'm very matter-of-fact about things.
Yeah, you're very old. You're not going to be hurting me.
Right.
And
then he chases me around for a little bit and, like Hardy says, throws some more of his bona fides out there.
Yeah.
You're a little short for that, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. That's why it's so badass.
How fast? What was your 40 time, sir?
4.6.
That's pretty good.
You want to know?
What's your 40 time today, though?
Enough to catch your slow fat ass.
Oh, I don't think so, sir. I train often. What team did you play for, by the way?
LA Rams.
Some more like the LA Lazy Bones is what it sounds like. Boom roasted. Little commentary from my mom.
So what did you find out about this guy afterward?
Right. So this guy, again, middle-aged man, about 5'8", 200 pounds, which is what I was commenting on there. I get sent his info immediately. Now, I don't post this stuff. I never dox anybody or out anybody. He played junior college linebacker at a local in like 1978. And let's again, the internet is undefeated. I found his name in an LA Rams 1982 program. He was director of ticketing or something at that point. But he still throws that card out 25 or 45 years later.
So a guy comes up to you in the parking lot and he goes, "Return your cart," and he's wearing this ridiculous outfit, and in order to make yourself feel worthy of telling him no,
to intimidate a man 40 years younger than you,
you make up the story that you're an NFL linebacker
and you could kick my ass today.
Right. Or rather than just going, I'm going to go kick your ass or something like that.
Right.
Or just ignoring it altogether. But so we got some more from Sebastian, but I do want to tell the story of very quickly of, Sebastian was an intern on my show, and he's a Mensa guy. He's a genius, like a listed genius.
Nah.
And he went to, well, it's true. There's a reason I'm telling you this. So he went to Georgia Tech, and while he was there for money, he would donate sperm. And he kept doing this and kept doing this and kept doing this. And to the point where I was like, you're doing this a lot. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, do your parents know? And he goes, no. And I go, it would be funny to call your mom on the air and tell her that you're donating all this sperm. So we called his mom, and we're like, Sebastian's donating all this sperm. She's like, no, he's not. And we're like, and then Sebastian gets on and goes, Mom, I'm donating all this sperm. And she goes, you're not. And then it was like this, like, just defiance, like that she would not listen. Like this, just, she did not, just like, la, 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 la. Anyway, so say that was in 2005, 2006 to make it easier. So fast forward 20 years. And Sebastian, what is your situation?
I have 24 plus children out there, one of whom I may be seeing in a couple of days up in Nova Scotia area. I am meeting them now. They're now at that, like you said, that into college phase of their life. I've met 6 or 7 of them so far.
I asked him, I said, what are you doing? How long are you in town for? He said, I'm going up to Canada. And I said, what for? He said, see one of my kids.
Just matter of fact.
Yeah, a little cart narking too while I'm up there, but yeah.
Well.
Yeah, going to like the Trailer Park Boys area. Obviously, Bubble's a big cart figure. In the cart world, he's a big figure.
Right, he used to push him down into the woods. So how many of these kids are born to lesbian families?
As far as I know, 100%.
Okay,
so it's
are you
women.
like a bit of a hero? Is this like known in the lesbian community? If you're like an archangel of fertility?
Johnny Appleseed to all the Lilith Fair crowd out there. And that's really great about it too, is because to sperm donoring and all that stuff, the IVF, all that stuff's very expensive. So these are all upper middle class lesbians who have had, and sometimes 2, 3, 4 kids from mine apiece. And it's just really nice. It's a fun, it's a heartwarming. They're all super sweet, the ones I've met.
Has anyone become a benefactor to you? Out of appreciation?
Oh, like trying to give me money?
No, just they've already had the kid and there's no reason to it. But like Thelonious Monk, even though he wasn't having sex with the woman, had a benefactor that would just give him money to keep creating. Do you have anyone that is so happy that you gave the sperm for their child that they've wanted to do something for you?
I've been bought a few dinners. That's about it.
Father's Day gifts.
Oh yeah, good call.
A Father's Day card.
I think they're pretty distant in that respect.
Oh.
I have the law on my side because I did it properly. You hear these horror stories once or twice a year about some guy who did it through Craigslist or whatever, and they come after him for child support. So they're separate. The ones that have reached out and respectful and lovely, and they just want to meet. Do a little 23andMe sort of stuff, but it's very professional at this point anyway.
Okay. It's always been good. It's never been weird.
No, it's because the ones at this point, again, these are upper middle class people. They've got their lives in order. I'm not throwing it around the trailer park.
I got news for you. You could have a lot of money and still be a mess in your 20 years old.
But you're not seeking them out. I mean, these are people who want to find out more about you.
Right, and ironically enough, it is my mom who is seeking them out now because she's a big genealogy person, as many old folks tend to become, and so now she's looking at family trees and again all the 23andMe stuff and the ones in Canada and Australia and England and in the States. So she, despite being super distrustful at first, has fully become on board with this thing.
Wow.
I don't know if it was distrustful or she just refused to believe it. Like she just
denial,
like she was just in complete denial. Has she wanted to apologize to me at all?
I don't know that she recalls so far, that much back then.
Okay. It might be nice to get an apology. She was pretty sure you weren't doing it, and here I was just trying to tell her. Really just goes back to what about me.
Well, to be fair, the cart narcs would not exist without one Fred Toucher. If I didn't had that little entree, because back then you really didn't have the YouTubers and the TikTokers. That was my little thing into quote unquote entertainment.
And now you've branched out. I think when Sebastian sticking around.
Yeah.
Stay with us. Okay, you've branched out. You've got a new channel, and we have some things to share from that.
Speaking of body cams, I'm way into those as well. And
Okay.
I've been doing some original production there.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with the body cams. But yes, the show in Atlanta was, by today's standards, a little out of control. Just like, let's do a bit every 5 minutes. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. My old intern, Sebastian, is in studio. He was my intern in Atlanta. He's gone on to great things. He's the world famous cart narc, where he goes around telling lazy bones to return their carts, and then they pull guns on him and stuff like that. He's on the Woody Show, which is syndicated out of Los Angeles, California.
Do you wear a body camera? Are you using like meta glasses to get your footage? What do you?
It's the best one is the GoPro still. That's the gold standard. That's what I use. But yeah, the meta glasses, they've caught on to those. Like those are no longer a secret for anybody. I was at a celebrity convention where like these D-listers from I Dream of Jeannie were there, and there were signs everywhere. No meta glasses allowed. I don't care. It said doesn't matter if it's your prescription, because people know they're using them for like creep stuff more than just documenting your life.
Gotcha.
Sort of stuff.
All right, so there is another venture that you've gotten into, and I believe this body cam footage is something that you've kind of leaned into now. Also, this from I believe from Florida.
Yeah. It's called Florida 5-0, and it's just Florida body cams. But I love the body cams that are more fun and funny, because like when somebody gets shot or for stealing pallets from a Lowe's, to me that's not. It's interesting, but it's not like ha. You don't feel good after watching that necessarily.
But some people insist on watching them over and over and over again, and borderline obsessing about them.
What, the sweet death?
Yeah,
where you can almost smell it.
Where suddenly somebody's clear on body cam, and then the next second they're all pixelated out.
Yes, exactly, because they've been savagely beaten apart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I prefer the ones that are nice and funny, and so using Florida's sunshine laws, I've started like finding those stories, going through the arrest records, and getting those body cameras.
Okay,
I think you'll enjoy this.
Okay, so this is actual body cam footage.
Right. This is from a cop who noticed a man squatting over a piece of roadkill and relieving himself thereupon.
So what? Get out of here, pig. I'm just doing what anyone would do if they had any sack on them.
Middle of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the middle of the day. Look, kids.
Yeah, it's just stopped raining.
I'm taking a dump on a dead raccoon.
You're trying to be outrageous, but we don't even have to play the clip now.
That's the story pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it was my cousin. I was in the group chat while he was doing it.
I saw you. I physically saw you with my own eyes. Don't tell me I'm lying.
When?
I saw you physically take a when I drove by.
How humiliating. Please stop. Oh, no. Don't say these things. Next thing you know, I'll get aroused, and that will be real embarrassing.
Describe exactly what you saw.
How did it make you feel? Did it make you feel real low? Describe me as a bug. How low am I? What kind of vermin do I remind you of? Stop talking, don't.
You are driving that way.
So you're calling me a liar? That's
a liar. It's like that right there.
I saw you doing it, and then I come by, and wouldn't you know, there's there.
I walked by it. I've had a pimple.
What does pop a pimple mean?
It means I had acne when I walked by it.
And
yeah.
Of course, that makes sense.
Were you able to dig down on that a little bit?
Right.
The popping pimple?
His defense was that he had a little pimple on his butt. And so he had to go out into the street where the roadkill was and kind of scratch it with his pants down right there. And the matter that there's fresh human excrement right there on this roadkill, that's a complete coincidence.
Okay. All right.
It's just wrong place, wrong
Can
time.
you call for backup so someone get this in a bag, get it on eBay?
And I have, I didn't put it in the video, but I have the police actual photograph of it. And it's not pleasant, but it's definitely fresh.
Yeah, right there. Mr. Art Critic.
Do you have it in your wallet?
I bet you fat shame, too.
And so you decided to take down your pants and then do it on the side of the road on your butt.
I didn't sit on the road.
You squatted over it right in the roadway there, too. In the same area. Yes, you have. Stop calling me a liar.
I didn't call you a liar.
You are. I know what I saw, and it's disgusting. You're in public.
It's disgusting.
You are, yes.
Why am I disgusting?
Because that's what you did.
Why am I disgusting?
Yeah, he's really trying to get the narrative out of it. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Yeah, well, you're no liar. No. Why am I disgusting?
Am I bad?
Yeah, exactly. How low am I? Would you like to tase my genitals? Don't do that.
He's really got her on the hook too, because as a cop, you'd think I've seen gross stuff 1,000 times, but she's really emotionally invested in this man for some reason.
And I wonder if there's part of her that thinks that maybe she was seeing things because she doesn't want to believe it's true. All right, there's a second clip.
Yeah. So the backup arrives.
Okay,
as you need for the guy.
Absolutely,
Of course you do.
Pretty dangerous.
And the other cops, have a similar sort of observation/questions.
Because I was just walking by, sitting out a pimple, because I see an animal.
Hey, I'm not going to tell you again. I saw you in the roadway.
Since how did you see me in the roadway?
Yeah, what'd you see? How'd I look? Were my thighs flexing as I squatted? Huh? Did you want to slap me? Huh?
Probably a visible tan line.
Do I disgust you?
I got 2 eyes, that's how.
So do I.
If you had one, we'd be in for a real treat. Get me a Cyclops lady. You got anything's missing? I work at a photography company. It's called Girls Missing Stuff. You could be in our cover magazine.
There's fresh right on that. It is, it's fresh. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How can you tell?
I liked it. No, that's fresh.
Stick a thermometer in it. By thermometer, I mean your
I can
tongue.
tell. I've seen this stuff before.
See, it's smoking.
There's no rain.
I've never seen that though. Who poops on a dead animal? Right on top, in the middle of traffic.
Is it like marking the dead animal's tear? I'm confused why someone would do that.
Arguably the nastiest thing I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of
Victory.
Finally, someone said the magic phrase.
I am the biggest piece of garbage of all time. Now, excuse me, I must relieve myself sexually. All right, and there's one more, Sebastian.
Yes, we've often spoken about people making their wares and entrepreneurial efforts at concerts and things.
Oh, yes. Yeah, this is basically I'm taking the idea of the heavy metal parking lot and kind of just continuing it for the internet age, the 21st century. And this is called the world's coolest parties. so you know how cool these parties are.
Do you have magnets for this?
No, I have a little mic flag though. So people are like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm talking to people at the world's coolest parties.
Okay.
And this is Rob, right, from the Grateful Dead show.
Yes.
Dead and Company these days.
Here we go.
And so
Dead and Nothing now.
Yeah. So Rob is this is Boulder, Colorado, and he is selling nitrous in the parking lot, as you do, for people to do whippets with. But he's an old school deadhead. So he's selling the good nitrous, not this new garbage that these Johnny-come-latelys are selling.
Okay.
My name is Rob, a.k.a. Sterlito. So this is Sterlito's way, and this is the way we do it. This is the old hippie way. We don't do this industrial gas. That is not healthy for people. Not that any of this, but this is what the dentist, this is medical grade. That's industrial grade for welding and goes in your car. Bags sell that. People will get hurt. That guy right there with those balloons, he is selling industrial gas.
Right. So this guy is a hero. He's actually selling medical grade nitrous.
That he got from a dirty dentist.
Right. Exactly. What danger could be of that? By the way, the stuff that goes in your car doesn't get you high at all. That guy would be caught immediately as selling beat nitrous. Like, it's not like it kind of works. Car nitrous, it's like a completely different thing.
And I also read that they put like sulfur in there to discourage people from even trying to get high off car nitrous.
Yeah, like I think that if you went to a dead show or like a fish show with the idea of selling beat nitrous,
stepped on nitrous.
Yeah, well, it's just not the right chemical. It's like not the right gas. I would assume that gets called out rather quickly.
Street justice coming after you.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe you should try that. It's like if it's a real drug or not, and you like try all the acid. You go around and take all the acid, and then you sit around for an hour and see if it kicks in. All right, and then this guy continues.
Yeah, he tells us about what it feels like. I've never done it, so help us out.
You've done nitrous before. You've been to the dentist.
Oh no, I'm not a puss. Ain't no bitch.
Damn. You got me.
For folks who don't know, what is the feeling like when you have the really good stuff like you have?
From this, it's like a wah-wah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was his lips all blue?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this guy is. How old was he?
Oh, well into his 50s.
Oh boy. Brain damage.
From this, it's like a wah-wah-wah-wah. I joke about opening a wah-wah, so you get about 30-second ecstasy high.
Oh, so you could turn into Tony Hinchcliffe. Start doing real zingers. You got to call it the wah-wah, so I've been thinking about opening up a wah-wah.
Get it?
Because that's what your head feels like.
Yeah.
Maybe dizzy, whatever, but it's fun. They call it hippie crack because it's addictive. It wears off so quickly you want more.
That's why he's doing the public a service again. Instead, they call it hippie crack, which of course is a service. He could be giving someone something that does not have this effect to them, therefore they wouldn't want to do it anymore. But instead he gives them the stuff that has the effect, so they'll want to do it all the time.
Yeah, the ultimate service would not to offer it at all.
Right, yeah. He's positioned himself as a real hero here, and I've flawed logic in a lot of ways.
But you can still talk well.
I am experienced, perhaps. But then you have your LSD and stuff, and, that's where it used to be at. Like, clean acid is what should be going on, and no one should be trying to make money on it, and just don't hurt people and clean up the trash, like hippie stuff, and they don't get it, most of these people.
Yeah, a lot of the hippies lost their way a little bit. They seem to have a lot of good ideas, but they don't seem to be practicing any of them.
No. I've been to plenty of Fish and Dead shows, and there's nothing dirtier than the ground afterward, because it's all discarded balloons, discarded tanks.
Right. Like, if the point is not to be making money on clean acid, then why aren't you giving away clean acid? You've just said what it should be happening. You do it, stupid. That's these hippies. But someone else should be doing it. I got to sell this nitrous to everyone.
But the juxtaposition of like the ground littered with all this stuff right behind a $150,000 Range Rover Super Sport.
Yeah, there's a weird dynamic. So like when you go to a Dead show or a Fish show, it's the people that Hardy's talking about, these, the guys who kind of got out of the system a little bit, these 40, 50, 60-year-olds who have a little bit of money, they come to the show, they buy the nitrous, buy the grilled cheese sandwiches, and that finances guys like this Rob Dirtbag to then go to the next show and next show and next show. So it's like a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, Steve-O used to be one of these guys that traveled around selling this stuff. All right, well, listen, Sebastian, it's always a pleasure, sir. Congratulations on having over 24 kids. Congratulations on the success of the Woody Show. Congratulations on the success of Narcs.
You need a little Instagram bump. I got 1.2 million followers. I can tag you in something.
Oh yeah,
there it is.
To give back to my mentor.
How much do you make off of 1.2 million Instagram followers?
$10. Now, the money's in YouTube, and actually Facebook essentially does the same thing YouTube does with their videos. But yeah, Instagram is no cash there.
You're 1.3 million followers.
Oh, all right.
Who's counting these days?
All right. Well, let's take a picture and put it up, and you'll tag me and put me as a collaborator.
Yeah. Although I feel Hardy really is the better Narc, so I don't know if I should tag him instead.
Do one for each of us. Do both of us. Take a picture with both of us and then put it up on your account.
Yes, sir.
So awesome.
Beasley's going to look out for that stock price today. It's going to go through the roof.
Favorite guest of the week right here.
All right. Well, listen, look out for us. What's your Instagram account?
Just Narcs. And then Hawaii. Florida 5-0 for your Cop Cam stuff, and World's Coolest Parties for idiots selling nitrous.
Are those all Instagram or are they YouTube?
It's every platform.
Okay.
Every platform. YouTube, Instagram, etc.
All right. We'll be back in just a moment.
Sports.
Archer and Artie. The Jaylen Brown stuff is still going strong, and Windhorst was on the Dan Patrick show, of whom we have the famous popsicle sign from his wall.
Oh, yeah.
Because he created the ultimate man cave, as they called it, with swimsuit covers from sport, but they were a Sports Illustrated show, so I understood that. But then they just had a sign that said popsicles. And I went, what guys? It's just like, dudes, come over. I don't know, man. I got popsicles. All right, be there in 2 shakes. Well, Windhorst was on Patrick, and this is what he was talking about.
Jaylen Brown, Kawhi.
I'm sorry, it's not even Dan Patrick. It's Rich Eisen. I can't believe I got him confused.
Kawhi Leonard. Which one is more likely to be on another team? You could also say both.
I never, ever say never.
Yes.
So I guess it's not impossible that Jaylen Brown and the Celtics could get back together, but I think that's highly unlikely.
Is it because he was offered for Giannis?
They're offering him everywhere, Rich. I mean, I'm not in the Celtics offices, so I can't say for sure, but I've heard the Celtics attached to, I'm not even going to put a number on it because then I'd have to defend that number, but many teams. And not only that, but as you know, again, a week ago, let's focus on actions. The actions were that the Celtics were trying to get Giannis. If you're trying to trade Jaylen Brown for Giannis Antetokounmpo, you are intending to try to win the championship this year, which is not a surprise. The Celtics have been trying to win the championship every year for most of the last decade. Now, the deals that I'm hearing them discuss secondhand to me are draft, at least in many cases, draft pick centric. I have been told they've been asking for 3, 4, 5 first-round picks for Jaylen Brown, which leads me to believe that they're examining a short-term future where they're not trying to win a championship, because you don't take a all-NBA player and trade him for primarily draft picks and say we're going to be the same team. Now, maybe you have a middle-term plan where you're going to take those draft picks and then go try to get another star player, and that could happen. But they're seeking, at least with some teams they're talking to, draft pick-heavy trades a week after trying to get Giannis. And so that tells me, number one, they're very motivated to trade him, and number two, that they're a little bit outside their plan. Because, again, their plan seems to have changed. That doesn't mean that they're not going to trade him for solid players that can help them win the championship this year. But the fact that they're doing that gives me that impression.
All right.
I'm really confused as to what Brad is doing, because you're at a point now where you're not going to get equal value back for him. And getting 3, 4, 5 first-round draft picks down the road is not going to make you any better this year. I mean, Jaylen Brown must have said something or done something or pissed off management, or Brad is just done with him, or I don't know what it is, but this is more, we've entered into the realm of desperation now to try and get rid of him. If Windhorst is right, and we have no reason to believe that he's making stuff up, if they're offering him everywhere, it doesn't make any sense from a team standpoint if you want to be good this year.
Well, this is 2 things. The more I hear that they're going to trade, Jaylen Brown, and this is absolutely going to happen. Now they're going to have to because they're talking to everybody. The less I think it's going to happen, because everyone seems to be on board that it's going down. But Windhorst makes the best point in this. They've pivoted, as you just said, John, from trying to maximize Jason Tatum's window here by bringing in Giannis to, well, that didn't work. How about we just get draft picks then? How about if we go long? And even if that means we're going to package them up, that's not going to happen right away. So now, if you're to believe that these are the conversations that are actually taking place, they're just trying to move them for anybody for just about any package that they think is of value.
The other part of it is you keep hearing Portland, and Portland got Ja Morant, so they have a massive surplus of guards. You keep hearing Shaedon Sharpe and Tamari Kamara, who is a great defensive player. Sharpe's a good scorer on a $20 million a year contract, and Kamara is relatively cheap and an all-defensive player. And there you have offense and defense, which is fine, but you have one guy that can do both on your roster right now. I don't understand.
Want him.
Well, obviously. So
either Brown did something, or Stevens has taken a look at this team and he said that, they've won a championship, but the NBA has changed since then. And I do not believe under any circumstances this team has a chance to win a championship. And if we don't do anything, we're going to sit here without a championship for the next 3 or 4 years. And that's another thing too. And so, I mean, you're carrying these two massive contracts that put you an incredible amount of cap pressure on you just to relieve that in any way. And then, try to get back some value, but also, some immediate value, but also just value in general. I mean, he could be sitting here, and if he was being honest, just go like, I do not, under any circumstances, believe those two can win a championship together. And that might, frustrate fans and people that cover the team who go, no, 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 no. But if Brad Stevens believes it, that's just the way it is. And by the way, Brown is handling this terribly.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I mean, I wonder if there's a part of them. I mean, this is now we're just getting all psychological, which I don't like to do. But, like, maybe they're just like, you know what, enough. Like, I don't, like, we don't want you anyway. And, like, I want to get, if, like, you kind of, like, want to get rid of someone. And then they just, like, you want something to happen, but then they just, like, they don't do anything to change your mind. They just make it worse. So now he's probably just like, I really want to get rid of you. Like, I've been trying to baby you through this, and now I'm over it. Just, you're a head case. Go somewhere else and be a problem. Go to Portland and rot there. They'll love you.
And the other part of this, based on everything that we've all read over the last 3 or 4 days, since the Giannis thing fell through last week, whatever they get back for Jaylen Brown is going to be underwhelming. The fans are going to look at it and go, that's it? Because it seems like other teams aren't coming across with 3, 4, 5 first-round draft picks.
But that shows you what the perceived value of him in the league is. Believe me, if people thought that he was, worth it, they would be tripled over themselves trying to get him.
And it's shocking because he finished 6th in the MVP voting. Technically, he is one of the best 10 players on the planet as we sit here right now. And
but
that's
he's not.
all. Well,
but based on that voting.
He scored 30 points a game. He's a very good defensive player. He's a leader. He's an NBA Finals MVP. And I think fans are going to look back at this and go, that's all we got?
And maybe the Olympic thing wasn't about the shoe contract. Maybe there's a bunch, there's stuff with him that people don't want to deal with. But I don't know. It could be as simple as just Brad Stevens, like, I don't think they're good together and that we can't win, and he's the one I want to get rid of. So we're not winning with him. So if I don't do anything, that's guaranteed. So if I do something and give us at least some flexibility, we'll have an opportunity to possibly put something together. But that's reasonable.
It's
enough
possible.
to me. But if you want to get into it where we can just start, guessing, maybe the league says I don't want him, and the Olympics said I don't want him, and the Celtics are saying we don't want him, and no one wants him. I mean, that's a possibility too. Because I think that if everyone wanted him, there would have been some blockbuster trade. Jesus Christ, John Morant got traded, and he's a criminal.
But at least he's surrounded by people that are good.
When you start,
Great dad.
When you start with a failed deal for Giannis, anything else that's available right now, or you could conceivably see happening, is going to pale by
You're not going to
comparison.
get a star back in return at this point.
No.
You're going to get, a bunch
Duren.
of
He's talking to other
bit-
teams.
Yes.
Talking to LA. He's talking.
I
all
know
over the place.
Detroit. That's a whole other thing. That's not good.
Well, then they don't want him. They could sign him if they want him.
I know.
That's another thing is that they don't want him. They don't want him that bad.
A sign and trade.
The rules of the NBA are obviously so much different now in terms of aprons and salary cap that it's really dissuading teams from spending money. That's obvious. Lakers aren't dealing with LeBron. The Pistons aren't dealing with Duren. The Celtics want to get rid of Jaylen Brown. Like that modus operandi from when they signed Tatum and Brown is done, and they obviously feel they have to get under it. And if you look around the league and these other moves teams are making, it seems like everyone else is on the same page. Like, we don't want to carry these kinds of contracts anymore. You got to be like unbelievable for me to, like a top 5 player for me to justify that contract. All right, we have to take a break. Guess what? Diana Russini was lying. I knew it. And it was a story with many, many holes that she told. She's a big liar. She loves to lie. And we have the body cam footage of her lying story of lying. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening. Radio Group station celebrating 65 years of broadcasting. Sports Hub headline.
Red Sox winning streak is now a season-high 5. They beat the Washington Nationals last night 6-3 at Fenway Park. Wilson Contreras a 3-run homer. Caleb Durbin a solo shot. Sox will pitch Connolly early against the Nationals tonight. The Jaylen Brown Celtics saga continues. Brown's reportedly unhappy about the way Brad Stevens has handled things after his career year. Stevens is reportedly unhappy with what other teams are offering him in trade discussions. The Celtics have also picked up the options on the contracts of Neemias Queta, Jordan Walsh, and Delano Banton. They've reportedly signed Amari Williams to a 2-way contract. We had another big trade in the NBA yesterday. Memphis was finally able to deal Ja Morant. He went to Portland in exchange for Jeremy Grant and bench forward Chris Murray. Detroit All-Star restricted free agent center Jalen Duren is apparently far apart in his negotiations with the Pistons, so he has scheduled meetings with both Sacramento and the Lakers tomorrow. At the round of 32 at the World Cup, Paraguay, big upset of Germany in Foxborough yesterday. They beat them on penalty kicks. Late last night, Morocco beat the Netherlands on penalty kicks. Brazil got a stoppage time goal to beat Japan 2-1. The U.S. will play Bosnia-Herzegovina tomorrow night. And the Bruins have signed newly acquired forward Ivan to a 1-year, 2-way contract. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Catches Law. At Catches, they specialize in helping those who have been injured not only from a one-time incident, but from a lifetime of hard work and labor. Does this sound like you? Visit CatchesLaw.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 8:30.
Diving effort. He's got a breakaway. To the backhand. Throws it in front. Coming to the spot.
The Sports Hub.
And we're back. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
An article about her, which was quite frankly boring, if I could be so frank. I don't mean to be so frank. Perhaps I'll be some beans. Anyhow, you can watch this on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports
Sheer
Hub on
brilliance,
YouTube.
Fred. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, John. So Diana Russini in this, they start the article where she was talking on a podcast of some sort. And she says that on this occasion, Miss Russini tried to fend off a ticket by telling an officer that she'd been pulled over for texting while driving with her 2 young sons. It was her second time in a month. Miss Russini says she tried to fend off the ticket by telling the officer the coach of the Buffalo Bills had been fired, and she was trying to break news. The officer was unmoved, telling her he was a fan of a different team. That's when she made him an offer. Maybe she could connect him right then and there with his favorite team's coach. Do you want to talk to the coach? You should talk to the coach, Miss Russini said. She told the officer as she recounted the incident a couple of weeks later on the Stugaz and Company radio show and podcast. I FaceTime the head coach, she said, without naming him. Head coach is in his office. He says, "What's up?" I go, "I just got pulled over, and I wanted you to meet my friend, Officer Joe." The coach helped her get out of the ticket by telling the officer, "You should let her go. She's a good citizen," Miss Russini said. The podcast house howled with laughter. "I wish I had that kind of access," she said. And here is what we said when we first read this New York Times article.
So Russini FaceTimed the coach. She says, this is quoting her, head coach is in the office. He said, "Hey, what's up?" I go, "I just got pulled over, and I just want you to meet my friend, Officer Joe." The coach helped her get out of the ticket by telling the officer, "You should let her go. She's a good citizen."
And that happened a million times.
The podcast host howled with laughter. "I wish I had that kind of access."
Yeah, it happened for sure. There's no doubt about it. She got pulled over. She said to the cop, "What team you like?" And he went, "Oh, hey, middle-aged lady, I like the such and such a team." And she said, "I'm going to get my phone and call him." And he went, "Sweet." And then the coach answered the phone because, after all, you're Diana Russini and you're banging Vrabel, so everyone wants to answer your calls. And so you answer the phone, and then you show it to the guy. It happened just like that. That's a fantastic story. It has me howling with laughter. They're using it as a journalistic breach because of you abusing her access to the coaches.
Yes.
I'd say it's a journalistic breach in that it's complete and utter horse manure. I don't believe that story happened in the least.
We should track down Officer Joe.
Do you know the amount of like things that have to happen for that story to be true? Like, what cop do you know that is going to be like, oh, hey, hi, I'm texting head coaches. That's awesome. Let's have a conversation about it.
I find it, to me, it's not all that unbelievable.
Okay.
I think that just based on what we've learned about Diana Russini, this is something she might try and do.
I don't doubt she tried to do it, but do you think that the story is told in a way that if there was a body cam video of it, it happened exactly in that fashion? Well, wouldn't you know?
Oh, so as I said, we should track down Officer Joe. Adam Herberts on X, who is an investigative reporter, 12-time Emmy Award winner.
Whoa, he's like Danny
Edward
Roach.
R. Murrow Award winner. Won Best TV Reporter in Utah.
I'm an Edward James Almost Award winner. I've won it 3 times. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
27.
I'm bringing your grandmama to my house on Christmas. That is low.
I said, you got an award for being top student. Edward R. Murrow.
Breaking. I have the body cam video of Diana Russini name dropping her way out of a ticket for texting while driving. She claims she got off by allowing the cop to FaceTime with his favorite NFL head coach. The video shows something a little different.
Right. So remember, she said that she was pulled over. She said to the coach, I'm texting with coaches, the cop, I'm texting with coaches. He said, I don't like that team. She goes, what team do you like? He says the team she likes. She calls the coach, and then the coach and the cop talk. And the coach gets her out of the ticket, which did not happen 100%, but here is proof.
So, you're not going to care. I'm an NFL reporter. And I just broke that Sean McDermott got fired from the Bills, and that is what I was just sending to send a tweet. I was going to pull over because I have to make calls.
Okay.
I know you don't care, but I'm just letting you know my reason why.
Okay.
It was a work thing, and it was an emergency for what I did. I have a more updated license, but just take that so you know I'm not like some crazy person, but you know.
Thank you.
And I've never gotten to it.
Okay. So, obviously you were on your phone for a while, right? I was on, when you went under the underpass, right? On Garber Square, I was by Library Place. So you're on your phone there. I got behind you, right, by Whole Foods. You continue to be on your phone, right? I understand you have a job.
Of all times. It's like no one expects. Are you football head?
Yeah.
Like, I'm shocked that they fired me. I cannot believe it. You know who was on the phone with?
Who?
Brian Gable, because he lost the job.
Oh, okay.
So you can make the connection. Are you a fan of Giants or Jets?
I'm not a fan of either. So.
What is your team?
I'm a Vikings fan, unfortunately. Let's see it.
Can you see the name?
Oh my God. KOC?
See what I said? Look what I said to him though just now. Go to the bottom.
Oh my God. Wow. Pretty cool.
Dude, I love the Vikings. KOC's awesome.
Yeah. He seems like a good
Your
dude.
quarterback sucks though.
Yeah. So he's got to get it. He's got to fix it. He's got to turn it around or someone else is going to get him. What is? Do you have your registration as well?
There you go. Good try.
So, no, there's no FaceTiming of a coach. There's.
Should I play the next minute?
Yeah, again.
That's what I was going to ask next. Is like, have you ever gotten points, anything like that? No. All right. You heading home now?
Yes, I'm gonna go on TV and work.
Okay. What channel?
Well, I work for The Athletic, which is like the New York Times.
Yeah.
I'm doing something for Fox this morning.
Okay. Cool. All right. Just give me a minute, okay? I'll be right back with you. All right?
Yeah.
Who's the registered owner of the vehicle?
It's either me or my husband, Kevin Goldschmidt.
The guy that I cheat on. You'll recall him from sitting at home while I'm banging coaches.
Do you like burgers? Look at this text I have with him about burgers.
Yeah. Do you like cuckolds? I have this. I text him about the coaches I'm having sex with. That's unfair to him, by the way.
Okay. Oh, you live in Whitecroft with him? Okay, so just a heads up, too. Like, you do have to update your driver's license, right? The address, because it says you're from Norwood. Okay.
We bought the house like 2 years ago, so I know I got it.
Yeah, so update that.
A real ID, too, right?
So...
No, like the new...
Oh, Jesus, shut up.
Because it says not for real ID purposes, yeah. It's a pain, but you do have to get that.
I swear it's not an excuse. I literally can't get an appointment. Why is it so backed up?
I'm not sure, honestly. And everyone hates going to the DMV, but it's one of those things like you have to do. Listen, I'm going to cut you a break on the cell phone. I understand your job requires you to be on the phone a lot. Just try to wait till you get home, okay? Yeah, keep me updated with the Vikings, okay? Let me know if KOC is going to get a new quarterback in. Of course. All right, man. Take care.
Wow. She got out of the texting ticket. That's a lot different than calling the coach and having the coach answer the phone and then the coach vouching for you.
Slightly different story. I love how it starts, though. It's like it was an emergency for what I do.
For what I do. I'm a big shot football reporter. If you really had the currency, you wouldn't have to say anything. They'd pull you over. A, you'd be hot enough where they wanted to give you a break. Or B, that they'd see who you were and go, you're famous. And you wouldn't have to say anything. That they would just know your face. They would know that Diana Russini lives in that town. And that when you pull her over, that's Diana Russini. And you wouldn't have to say anything. Or when they got your driver's license, they would see your name, Diana Russini. And if they're such a big football fan, that would do that to them. Isn't the whole point that you don't tell people what you do and you don't say, don't you know who I am? I mean, by the way, she didn't get away with like a felony. She got away with something that they'd probably give you a pass on anyway. It's like one of these like pretend rules, you know?
Yeah.
It's like when I got pulled over for my sticker being expired and the guy gave me the warning. I mean, it's just one of those things that if they're cool, they'll just like give you a warning about it.
Yeah.
It's not like she got out of a heist of the year. Or she was, going 60 over, and the guy was like, I'm going to cut you a break. I mean, she cut her a break on writing her basically a warning. So, I mean, get out of here with that. But, like, if she's so famous, then they should recognize her or at least recognize the name. The story sucks. You had to go on and on and on and on and on and use someone else's fame to get out of a warning. Like, if she was hammered... driving all around was like, Canada. And the guy's like, fine, all right.
Who, by the
right.
way, according to this podcast clip, maybe not such a great relationship between those two.
Season 2, Scoop City, we're starting off here. We appreciate that you came on season 1 when we were just this little baby that nobody was listening and watching. And now every single Minnesota Vikings blog listens to every episode.
I'm sure they do.
And they love me.
Thanks for coming out and spending some time with us.
Yeah, a great relationship there between those two. That was the one that started it all, by the way, with the pastries being sent to us.
Yeah, because she was like the first year of Scoop City when no one was listening, as juxtaposed to now where everyone's listening to Scoop City.
I'm glad Ryan emailed in about this because I didn't want to necessarily say it, but she sounds like she's gacked out of her mind. Ryan emailed in. She sounds like she's on that Peruvian marching powder or hopped up on Adderall or 25 glasses of soda.
Yeah, I just think
she is. I mean, she is completely going 1,000 miles an hour. And if that's okay, so which is the worst scenario here? That she's all gacked out of her mind, or she's like that all the time and still has managed to entangle so many men into her web.
Man in authority, man that has something that I want. Here's how I'm going to like over try to get the man to do what I want. Yeah, it just seems like it doesn't even seem like it seems like the only chemical is Daddy didn't love me. Please, please, please. I want the acceptance of the man. That's why you got to be a good dad. Get him so they don't start needing male acceptance that much.
It's really cool that she denied everything with Vrabel. You know, now everyone is crawling into every nook and cranny of everything she's ever said and everything she's ever done.
But you know how we talk about how memory changes? Right. Like that story is not from all that long ago. That wasn't 20 years ago in a story that you've told a million times and it gets some kind of reaction. That's relatively recently, number one. And number two, Getting the coach on a FaceTime and letting the cop talk to his favorite head coach is a far cry from just showing a text that you had with that coach.
Sure. Plus, it shows a lack of intelligence because the story could have been told better the way that it was. Is that you telling in a self-deprecating fashion. See, she tried to tell the story to make herself look cooler instead of telling the story about, like, so I'm scrambling and I don't know, like, I'm trying to put this dumb tweet up about Sean McDermott being fired and I get pulled over. So I'm like, you Giants or Jets fan? The guy's like, I don't know. And I'm like, who you like? Who you like? Who you like? And then he's like, I like the Vikings. So I immediately just start scrolling for anything. And I'm like, Kevin O'Connell. Hey. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he went back to his car. And I'm like, that didn't do anything. And by the way, he has my driver's license. He doesn't know who I am. So I'm trying everything. Like, you tell the story like that you're just like shooting for anything. Like, and instead of going like trying to flex that you get these coaches calling and doing whatever you want.
So the way you end it is, so he comes back to the car, he says, you know what, I'm going to cut you a break, which is probably what would have happened anyway had I not tried any of this stuff and made a fool out of myself.
And by the way, J.J. McCarthy sucks. Like, he goes, I'm going to let you off, and by the way, J.J. McCarthy sucks. Like, if you want to stretch the truth a little bit, that's like the punchline of it. So that's like what I'm talking about when you like obviously when you tell a story for humor's sake, you're not telling it exactly correctly. But she's so dumb she doesn't even tell it the funny way, which is like that self-deprecating way. Like, I got this story that I could make into like like for a friendly audience could turn into like a little self-deprecating comedy bit. But instead, I'm gonna flip it around and start lying about how great I am. That's never a good idea. Always err for comedic purposes on the side of self-deprecation. If I could give anyone advice, is that self-aggrandizing in humor generally do not. You got to be like Eddie Murphy to get that to work. You got to be like incredibly brilliant, and none of us are. So I would always lean to self-effacing, because she had a plenty good story. You jazz it up a little bit. Like, I was just scrolling through my, like, what coach do you like? What team do you like? And I'm just scrolling through my phone like, come on. Like, you know? And then I show it to him, and then I give him my driver's license, and he's like, where do you work? And I'm like, well, he goes like, what TV show are you on? And I'm like, well, no TV show. I work for The Athletic, which is the New York Times. And then he's like, but I'm doing a TV show. And he's like, okay. And then he takes my license, and he has no idea who I am. And so, like, I should be doing different TV shows. Like, thanks a lot, Stugatz. You're getting me nothing. I mean, come on. It's just unintelligent. There you go. Anyway.
So she lied.
Yeah, that was a big liar. Which you knew. You had to know when she was telling the story, which is why people investigated it. Because they knew she was lying, because it's a stupid story that never in any way was going to have happened. All right, Ian Browne will join us. And trust me, I'm a liar, so I know when people are lying. Ian Browne's going to join us in just...
going on. I kind of like looked up and saw him throw somebody out. I thought somebody maybe had said something from the dugout. I don't know if you guys saw me go out there. I was kind of trying to figure out what was happening. And I think maybe Wilson had like tapped his helmet like as a gesture, like, hey, can we jokingly check the check swing, which we know you can't. So I think he felt like he showed him up and threw him out of the game.
Big time controversy yesterday at the Red Sox game. With throwings outs and tappings of helmets and things of that nature. Ian Browne is the supervising club reporter for MLB.com, covering the Red Sox since 2002. Ian Browne, hello.
What's going on, guys?
Thank you so much for joining us. This team is on a heater, 5 games in a row.
Woo!
Now, and with like basically replacement players. So what are you seeing here?
I'm just seeing a bunch of guys scrapping right now and also getting great pitching every night. And it's just, every team goes on a run. Look, it was bound to come at some point. It's crazy that it took half a season for them to go on any kind of winning streak.
Wait a minute. You're not a believer in all of this? This isn't they haven't turned the corner?
Not yet. I mean, like I say, it's literally every team in baseball goes on a run at some point, and it's kind of crazy. It took half a season for it to happen, for them to win more than 3 in a row. So, hey, if they can turn, they do have a window right here, because this is a soft spot in the schedule. The Nationals have been reeling lately. The Yankees aren't the Yankees right now. They go to Anaheim, which may be the worst team in the American League. Then the White Sox, who have kind of overachieved this year, and then the Mets. We all know about the Mets, so that's their schedule to close the All-Star break. So if they could go on like one of those prolonged stretches where they win 12 out of 15, then maybe you're talking about something. But it's got to keep going. You can't stop here.
They have a squadron of utility players and replacement players. Their shortstop, I think, is the fifth. There's 5th or 6th on the depth chart in the organization. How much longer can these players do this? I understand that, you were saying, well, this is a soft spot in the schedule, but they're utility men and replacement players for a reason. How much longer can all of them play above their heads collectively?
Yeah, there's a window for that. And eventually, if the team is serious about trying to make a run this year, they're going to have to make some upgrades, especially to that middle infield, second base, shortstop. They've been really decimated by injuries there. So they're going to have to add a bat or two if they're going to be taken seriously in this, even in this watered-down American League. So, yeah, I agree with you that these guys are all scrapping. Anthony Siegler's playing well. This guy Chang, that many of us forgot was even in the organization until a few days ago when they called him up. He's making the plays at short, but yeah, you need some horses, and you can't expect the pitching to keep doing this. So the one thing that kind of worries me, 3 rookies in the starting rotation. Eventually, rookies get tired; they hit a rookie wall. So it's a lot to ask these guys to keep pitching the way they're pitching. Also,
do you think this mini run will change the mind of Craig Breslow and say, you know what? I was right all along. We're certainly playoff contenders. Let's go shopping.
Yeah, exactly. That's the danger. I mean, is a 5-game win streak enough to make them rethink their strategy at this point?
No, I think what they're doing here is they're going to wait till the All-Star break, see where they're at, and then kind of pick a lane, buyer or seller. Choose one or the other. I think, if you're I think right now they're 4.5 games out of the wild card. If you're 2 games back or under and you're closer to 500 at that point, there's still 9 games under 500, even with a 5-game winning streak, which is crazy. So I think, if you really go on a run here in these next, keep this run going for the next couple weeks right through the All-Star break, then maybe you're talking. But, they don't have to make that decision right now. There's usually not much trade activity until after the All-Star break, after the amateur draft, which takes place over the All-Star break, and then then they pick a lane, as I say. But right now they're not. I don't think Breslow is overreacting to this very small sample size.
Well, who knows? But Crochet, Meyer, and Anthony are all hurt. Do you have updates on any of the 3 of them, or all of them?
Yeah, I mean, Meyer, just a weird injury. I think the training these guys do these days is can be with the drive line and all that. It's just like I never remember injuries like this before. Stress reaction in your forearm. So he's going to be a little bit, but the way he was playing is not really that big of a loss right now. As far as Crochet and Anthony, it's just really frustrating for the Red Sox and for the players that they're just not making much progress at all. I mean, Crochet is still throwing plyo ball. You see people throwing these at the gym, right? These plyometric balls against a wall, and they're not letting him throw a baseball yet. So it's just been a really slow build-up for him. Anthony still feels pain at the back of his swing. So not much closer. Unfortunately, no updates on either guy. So you just at this point, I don't see either one of them coming back before August. Sometime in August.
Well, gun to your head. Will either one of them play again this season?
I think that Roman Anthony will definitely play again this season. It's just it's making the waiting for the pain to go down in that wrist. With Crochet, it's less certain because the shoulder. Look, they have a long-term investment in this guy. His shoulder is obviously not right. I was alarmed by the way he was throwing in spring training. I was like, this doesn't look like the guy we saw last year. So he was clearly not right from the beginning of the year. So that's the guy I would really keep an eye on. They're not going to jeopardize his future health for the season. Look, the rotation's the strength of the team even without him. So they're going to be really careful with him and wait till he's feeling great before he throws again.
Yeah, I wouldn't pitch Crochet again this year.
No. The deal is, and I saw an interview he did, I think, with Peter Abraham yesterday, and he said his workload from last year,
right?
He blew through his career high by over 60 innings, and he was forced to change his mechanics more to what Ian was talking about in spring training to take the pressure off the rotator cuff, and that led to other injuries and messed up his mechanics to the point where now, Ian, he's throwing the plyo ball just to get his mechanics right and then deal with the pain. I mean, so going back even further in our conversation, Peyton, Tolley, Connolly, Early, they're taking regular turns in the rotation. They're going to blow through their career highs also. And so now that's a new problem the Red Sox have to worry about.
Yeah, and Jake Bennett's another one who's pitched really well, by the way. And you can't say enough about Sonny Gray and Ranger Suarez have come up for this rotation.
They'll pitch forever. You don't have to worry about inning limits for them. They'll pitch. They'll pitch 700. They'll pitch 2,000 innings this year. They don't care. But Sonny Gray's thrown 80. They don't care. He'll do anything you want.
Do you remember? It seems vaguely familiar that maybe we talked about Crochet's innings last year and how many he was going and long-term effect. Forget about it. It's fine. He's just ramping up a little bit.
It's not fine.
Really not fine. So I gotta believe they're paying attention with as much attention as they pay to everything else.
Are you sure?
Well,
yeah.
How can you be so
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, they're not going to do anything to jeopardize the long-term health of any of those three guys.
Okay.
And, so they're going to be careful, especially look, are they going to stay in this race or not? I really don't know. But if they don't stay in the race, they're not going to do anything stupid here. But they have Patrick Sandoval coming back and hopefully Crochet coming back at some point. So you don't have to blow anyone out, and trade deadline's coming up, so we'll see what happens with this. A lot of moving parts right now, and like I said, I think at the All-Star break we'll have a better idea of where things are headed with this team.
Yeah, it's not like Crochet was a kid, and I don't think that Crochet either probably was, trying to get them to take him out of the rotation. I mean, they've given a guy a lot of money to be a number one starter. They didn't do anything irresponsible last year. But, yeah, with a young pitcher, you don't want to start screwing around with that. But there's going to be a time in Crochet's career where he's going to have to be able to pitch that many innings. I mean, he's going to have to pitch a full season into the playoffs. I mean, he just is, or he's worthless to you. I mean, if you can't pitch a full season, then, wow, you're great. But, I mean, you're not going to be there for me at the end.
33 starts, 200 innings, and start game one.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he was still kind of in the build-up phase of his career. I mean, he had only had one full season as a starter before last year because he had been injured, and he was a relief pitcher before that. So it's still very early for him. But the guy is built like a tank. So I really
that's
don't
what's
know.
surprising. Yeah, you would think that he would have that out of all the guys that he would. You'd feel like the kid from Milwaukee that throws 106 miles an hour.
Mizorowski.
The way he's built,
Yeah.
that his arm would fly off of him, and Crochet would be fine. But yeah, I mean, I know Crochet had never pitched that many innings, but you understand what I'm saying based on the amount of money, and he's not a call up, right? Like he's
Right.
someone who's with a lot of a fair amount of major league experience. I think that they maybe expected him to be able to do that, and he expected it of himself. But what are you going to do?
Yeah, I think he will in time, but just maybe he learned something from this past year. I think that he was kind of tricking himself in the offseason, thinking that he felt better than he did, and he just kind of kept. These guys are competitive, they don't want to miss time, and sometimes you push through too much, and then you end up setting yourself back. So I think that that's maybe what happened with Crochet here.
All right. Well, Ian Browne, we appreciate everything. Read him at MLB.com. Read everything he's got to say about the Red Sox. Thank you for your time, sir.
All right. Great talking to you guys.
Thanks,
All right,
Ian.
there you go, Ian. There you have it. As everyone's riding the big hot streak. As this team, they've likable young pitching, so they have that going for them. They could have had Mike Trout. And you wouldn't even known Bayo wasn't on the team because he's not on it. So you could have gotten Mike Trout in here. Would have been fine. You wouldn't even Bayo. You don't know him because he's in Worcester. So you could have given him up, and now that hurts Worcester. But then you had Mike Trout.
Worcester has like a $100 million payroll at this point.
Yeah, yeah, they got a lot of
guys.
That's
Campbell and Bayo alone
That
is near $100 million.
That was the biggest bargain in baseball to begin with. Now you go out there and like, shoosh, you can see some real names.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Campbell. All right, I actually do.
No, they ruined him last year.
Yeah,
they absolutely ruined him.
Yeah, they not great with positional development. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Sports Hub.
So they heard Public Enemy and they heard him say, "Here we go again," and then he said, "Let's just turn it into a jazz." Now, did Portrait do anything beyond this?
No. This is a one hit, barely a hit. It was their one song. Another Teddy Riley creation.
When he was saying "Here we go again," was he talking about making love?
No. This particular song has to do with a guy who's fed up with his girlfriend.
Ooh. Fed up with making love to her?
No, fed up with her attitude and her stalking tendencies.
Oh, she's got a rude tude.
Yeah.
He made love to her so well that she started stalking him.
Probably.
Okay. Now, I was just about to take a call that's been on hold for 4 hours to talk about the Red Sox, and I was just so curious what needed to be said.
And he hung up?
And literally when I was just about to take the call,
that's on me.
I was about, well, how is it on you? It's on him for not.
Extended the conversation long enough where he just hung up.
Well, I was asking questions. I wanted to know. I mean, I got Hardy off the air. He's talking to some superintendent or greenskeeper.
I was talking with the head professional of George Wright Golf Course, my friend Scott Allen. And, I was out there last evening. And, Fred, what a golf course. You know, do we have
This
time?
is the one that's in
We have time.
Dorchester, right?
Hyde Park, dummy.
Yeah.
Yes, it is Hyde Park, and yesterday I had my annual. By the way, which is really fun when you go in for your. I used to go to the doctor once every 20 years, maybe, and now required to go every year. And in the first questions that the nurse practitioner was asking me, the first question: have you had any falls lately? And the first time they asked me this was a few years ago, and I said, "What do you mean, like off a like
Am I acting goofy?
A trampoline or a unicycle?
Yeah.
No, have you just been going about your daily business and fallen down?" I'm like, "No, I haven't fallen down. Do I have a bump on my head?" The first time they asked, they was like, "No, but you're of the age now where we have to ask." I was like, "Oh, Jesus."
What line did you cross? 50? That's the line?
I think 50, they start asking you, "So you falling down a lot, are you? You old dummy?" I said, "No, I haven't taken any falls."
Now, do you get a prostate exam?
No.
Okay,
And so, and I talked to my doctor
That's
about
what I'm
that.
talking about.
Yeah. So it was a couple of years
John
ago.
does. John loves
I do.
him.
I do.
John gets him. He can't. I go, "You don't have to get him. They can give you a blood test, and then they can decide from there based on the results of the blood test if they have to give you the prostate exam." And John just like muscles right past that. If there was any information that I'd want, it's what I'm telling John. But John just doesn't. He doesn't even react to the information. He's just like, "So what? Let him put his hand up there." It's like, wouldn't you like? I'm like, "John, every doctor I talk to, every nurse I talk to says they'll take a blood test. There's this kind of whatever it is, this sign that
the PSA,
the PSA that you can public service announcement. You don't need a hand up there anymore."
It's a different type of PSA, but yes.
Yeah, and so, but John he blows right past that. I guess there's a pun in there, but I can't find it.
No,
But
it's
there's
good
really
enough.
not.
I understood where you were going.
No, I know, but you do, but you blow right past it. And I never figured out why that is of no interest to you.
No, it is of interest to me, and I have another physical coming around, I think, in November. So I always forget until the day I get there.
No, see, that's what I wouldn't forget. I wouldn't forget that at all. I would remember that.
Yeah.
I made my doctor laugh yesterday, which I've been going the same guy for
What was up there?
over 20 years. No, and he's a excellent doctor, but somewhat stoic. He's we're there.
I'm like Funtime Charlie over here,
Down to business.
doctor over here for John. Who loves his fingers up there.
Yeah, and he told me last year, and he's like, "Well, I know this is going to break your heart, but we don't do the digital prostate exam anymore." And that was, for him, like making a joke. And I said to him today, I said, last year you told me that joke that was really going to bother me. I said, the more I thought about it, turns out the joke was on you. For decades of practicing medicine, you've been keistering people all this time, and it wasn't necessary. It was completely pointless. And he laughed. He said, "Yeah, that would be a good joke by the AMA." Just for years, it's like, why don't we tell these guys they have to put their fingers up there?
Yeah, real good joke on them. Boy, they're the ones really getting the raw end of that deal. Yeah, in prison, that's the way it goes, is that you're like, "Hey, I'm going to make you use your finger on me. No. I assure you the guy getting anally penetrated is the loser in that whole thing.
Well, think about it, though, Fred.
No, I am. I'm quite certain of my what I've ascertained from
That's
this.
maybe for you once a year. How about the guy who has to do it to 10 people a day
Yeah, I
for
know.
decades, and then it turns out, no, just kidding. You didn't have that didn't do anything.
It always seemed odd to me because it's like nothing else inside your body. They go like, let me feel it. Like they'll go like, oh, your heart, and they're like, well, listen to it or we'll do tests. But they don't go, let me feel it, or like, oh, your liver seems messed up. Let me go wrap my hands around it and feel for bumps. Like it always seemed to me a little unnecessary that anything that you were doing in the 1800s, you shouldn't be doing anymore.
But there is like some value in like the tactical feeling of certain.
Oh, I know
things.
it's an orgasm.
No.
But I understand. I understand why they did it. I understand why they wanted to feel it. But now they don't have to, and they can also just give you a sonogram. I've never had that procedure done to me. Again, I'm the youngest in the room by many, many years. But I've never had that procedure
The finger?
done to me. Yeah,
I thought they did when you were a kid and you passed
well, when
out.
I was a kid, that is a different story.
Yeah, you're lying to me then.
That
You're lying to me
prostate
now.
exam. I've never had a prostate exam.
Well, what were they doing up there?
Something they shouldn't have been doing.
I can see why there's trauma.
Well, you. How would you feel if your 14-year-old kid was passed out in the hallway with them giving them smelling salts because they've been anally violated by some doctor that's not even your doctor, some guy at a walk-in clinic? No, it wasn't good. It was all very bad. It was not a good situation. So suffice it to say, I've hesitated towards getting this prostate exam. I don't like it, and I didn't want it. And now medicine has finally caught up.
Oh, you big baby.
Be a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, take it up there. What's wrong with you baby? Stick a bunch of stuff up
Why is
there.
that wrong and pegging is okay where you come from?
Because
why are you so willing to engage in that activity, but you won't have a medical
That
procedure?
might be the best question of the segment right there.
Because it makes me feel feminine when I'm being pegged. And when a doctor does it, it's just mechanical and utilitarian, and I don't care for it. All right.
So I finished up with the exam, and then I went over to George Wright Golf Course. We had a late tee time, 3:40 p.m., but, if you haven't been there, you got to go.
Did you play 18 holes?
Walked and carried 18, starting at 3:40 yesterday.
This is the end of the day with no nap?
I had like a 30-minute nap. Wow. And it was, it's a hilly course, too. I every time I go there, I forget, the hills. Maybe this wasn't a great idea.
You love golf.
I do.
You really do.
Boy.
I can't think of it. I couldn't. I played 18 holes on Friday. I didn't want to play after 14 holes. I didn't want to play anymore.
Usually at about 12, you're like, okay, how many left?
Well, this may surprise you. I think 13 holes is the perfect number of holes for golf.
Yeah.
9 isn't quite enough, but especially when you're walking and carrying and it's hilly, but you like walking up that hill on 16, I said, this is for the birds. No offense, John.
Sebastian gave John, he brought in breakfast and he gave John a big bag of bird seed.
Did you
see that?
No, I did not see
Yeah,
that.
he doesn't even know you and he thinks you're a piece of garbage.
Stupid bird.
Yeah, for breakfast he gave you bird seed. He hasn't put anything up on Instagram yet. He's got
he
a
did.
million.
Oh.
I didn't see it.
He tagged me. I added it to my story.
He didn't tag me.
Thanks for looking at my story.
Well, he didn't tag me. I was looking to see if I was tagged.
And he's your guy.
Well, yeah. He just came in here and said, I'm the reason he has a career. He learned from me, he said.
Yeah. Added it to my story.
Well, Sebastian? Is it on Card Narcs?
Yeah.
I don't see it. It was his story?
Well, go to your DMs. Did he?
No.
Oh, well.
He must not. Does Card Narcs follow me? No. Follows no one.
Yeah, that's how he keeps it legit.
Well,
can't go following people.
Well, he didn't. I'm not tagged in anything. I don't see nothing. Is
Sorry,
my
kid.
name tagged on it?
I don't know.
Well, look at it.
I don't know. Yeah, it is.
FredToucher.
Yes. Maybe he didn't ask you to collaborate. I don't know. Do you know how to work that thing?
What's the name of that teacher again, Hardy?
The teacher? Oh.
What's the name of that teacher?
Now it came in. It just came in.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's Miss Duggan.
Miss Duggan.
I've been getting a lot of emails.
Yeah, Hardy's
Miss-
got a
Miss Duggan.
He loves Miss Duggan.
Yeah.
I told him about that. Now he's got something, a nice plain Jane to look at. All right, we'll be back with our friend Chris Mannix. Talk a little bit about this Jaylen Brown situation.
scored 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning last night. They were off and running to their 5th straight win, 6-3 over the Washington Nationals at Fenway Park. Wilson Contreras, a 3-run homer. Caleb Durbin, a solo shot. Ranger Suarez, 6 innings for the win. The two teams will play again tonight. The NBA's negotiating period for free agents begins at 6 o'clock. Celtics still have Jaylen Brown on the roster. ESPN is reporting he's frustrated with the way the team has handled things so far in this offseason and that the team hasn't gotten the expected trade packages in negotiations with other teams. Also, the Celtics have picked up the options on the contracts of Mies Keita, Jordan Walsh, and Delano Banton. They have reportedly signed Amari Williams to a 2-way contract. In other NBA news, Portland has acquired Memphis guard Ja Morant in exchange for Jeremy Grant and forward Chris Murray. At the round of 32 at the World Cup, Paraguay, the big upset of the day. They beat Germany in Foxborough on penalty kicks. Late last night, Morocco beat the Netherlands on penalty kicks, and Brazil beat Japan 2-1. The U.S. plays tomorrow night against Bosnia-Herzegovina, and the Bruins have signed the newly acquired Ivan to a 1-year, 2-way contract. They've extended qualifying offers to Riley Duran, Matt Patra, and goaltender Luke Kavalin. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the 99 Restaurants. To celebrate America's 250th, kids eat free now through July 16th with every adult entree purchased. You gotta love the nines. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 9:30.
Actually coaching the game, or it's just that is. I feel so strongly about that. I can't even tell you.
Boston Talk Sports here.
What do we got?
Sports.
IYKYK, which obviously YD. Okay?
Dodger and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
The Celtics are here. Jaylen Brown's name is out there, and they continue to scour the market. They're still actively engaged in conversations and to find some type of value that matches Jaylen Brown. They've asked some teams for up to 4 or 5 first-round picks. That has not gone anywhere. The market is showing as of right now, there's just not that appetite at that price.
We are Toucher and Hardy. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. Chris Mannix is a senior writer for Sports Illustrated. Chris, what's going on?
What's happening, guys?
All right, so you've never wanted the Celtics to get rid of Jaylen Brown. Why do they want to get rid of him so bad?
I mean, it depends on who you ask, I guess. I think there's something of a feeling internally that perhaps this Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum partnership has run its course. I think it's partly fueled by the fact that they know they need front court help to win both in the Eastern Conference and, potentially, in a future matchup with the Spurs or somebody else out of the West. And the only way to get that type of player is to, give up an asset like a Jaylen Brown. It's why they pursued Giannis so aggressively and, why they've been looking at some of the deals that are out there, potentially out there right now. But there just is a feeling that people around the league are getting that, the Celtics, one way or the other, are going to try to find a deal that they can stomach and that Jaylen Brown will be not on the roster next year.
See, it seems, though, Chris, reading all these reports, and I'm sure you have full knowledge of this, that a lot of the packages Brad Stevens is asking back in return are draft pick heavy and not necessarily player heavy. Why would he do that based on what you just were saying?
Well, it's because you do it and then you take the picks and use it for something else, right? Like you want to give yourself, if you're not getting Giannis or you're not getting an Evan Mobley or you're not getting a player that is close to dollar for dollar value that you perceive as Jaylen Brown, the next best thing is to get that war chest of draft picks and be able to spin that war chest, whether it's later in the offseason, trade deadline, even the summer of 2027, and find that next player that's available. I mean, you want to put yourself in kind of an Oklahoma City-esque position where you can go out there and outbid everybody for whatever player that you want back in return. You want flexible contracts, kind of guys that are a bunch of guys making $15 million, $20 million that you can turn around and deal. So it's not it's not the same type of deal they might be looking at with these draft picks, but it theoretically leads to the same result down the line where they can go get that second star that probably plays a different position opposite Jason Tatum.
It's just it's such a pivot from, where this all started, which was essentially Jaylen for Giannis, and that solves a lot of the issues. This notion of draft picks or players and picks or whatever, this seems to be, if not a half-baked idea, something that even as you said, Chris, if the idea is to package it up for the player, well, who's the player? If it's not immediately right in front of you,
it seems desperate in a way.
Well, it's a long way of saying I don't know how this still falls under the umbrella of maximizing Jason Tatum's window if the plan isn't fully formed and it's going to take some time.
No, I don't think it does. And the plan is kind of half-baked, as you said there. And look, I think the Celtics have lost control of the situation in ways that they've never really lost control of these situations in the past. When you think about the previous incarnations of Jaylen Brown trade talks, they were entirely centered on one player, whether it was Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard. When those players were not available, traded elsewhere, the Celtics immediately pivoted back to building around Jaylen Brown. This feels very different. This feels like the Celtics, they didn't get Giannis, but now they're just looking to shop him basically anywhere to try to get anything that they can get back in return. And that's a pretty big pivot, it feels like, from the conversations they've had in the past. And once this got out and it became apparent that they were willing to do this, it just feels like they've lost complete control of this situation where they may have to decide, like, and again, I would say this, you don't have, there's no deadlines here, right? Like, free agency starts tonight. They're going to see a lot of dominoes fall in the first 24 to 48 hours. I think the Celtics can't afford to let the dust settle here for weeks, if not a month or more, and see what the landscape looks like after that. Remember, when the Celtics acquired Kyrie Irving all those years ago, that was a late August acquisition. Like, things can change across the NBA. Teams can wake up, in early August and say, we don't have enough. We really want Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's got to be our guy. I mean, look, Golden State is sitting out there trying to create like this clutch sports Voltron with, Draymond Green and Anthony Davis and LeBron James. If that doesn't work out, maybe the Warriors, start looking around at other things. I just think there's room to be patient here and see if something shakes out. It's uncomfortable, unquestionably, and it will be, for Jaylen Brown and the organization. But I don't think that pulling the trigger on any deal right now is the wise thing to do.
I wanted to ask you about the Golden State stuff, but one more question about Jaylen Brown. How much of his online work do you think has contributed to this push to get rid of him?
I don't know if it's contributed necessarily to the push to get rid of him, but it certainly hasn't helped. I do think that across the league, it's created some cause for pause there. Jaylen Brown is an outstanding player. He's coming off his best year, and he has 3 full guaranteed years left in his contract. Teams are ordinarily tripping over themselves to get these kind of guys. I don't buy into the analytics BS that we heard the last couple of days, like 7. I mean, whoever's saying stuff like that is just a moron. But I think that some of the stuff, like the regular Twitch stream and some of the stuff he says on some of these streams, like it gets taken note of in a front office. And it doesn't make a front office not want to acquire a Jaylen Brown, but it does make them say, we're not going to go all in here. We're not going to throw everything at Boston, at least not right now, to go get Jaylen Brown. So I guess the best way to answer it is that it certainly hasn't helped his position either with the Celtics or elsewhere.
I just wonder if the Celtics thought there would be a lot more interest. If they thought,
I think they did.
Sure
I think they did. Look, I mean, I think even though the NBA's gotten bigger in the last couple of years, and we're all focused now on how do you get up against Wembanyama, how do you beat a guy like that? It still is a league that requires great wings. Like, let's say the Thunder, or let's say the Spurs don't get to the finals next year. You're probably playing the Thunder, and they've got Jalen Williams, and they've got Caruso, and they've got Dort, and they've got Shea. You need elite wings. Like, it still is a wing league, and Jaylen Brown is one of the best two-way wings in the entire league. I mean, I think there is a measure of surprise within Boston that these offers, there hasn't been a bidding war, that there haven't been multiple teams trying to get their hands on Jaylen Brown. That's put them in the position that they're in.
All right, so you brought up Golden State. Draymond Green opts out, and it looks like they want him back at a lesser number to bring in 3 or 4 Hall of Famers. What are the odds they actually get this done?
I would put them at pretty low. I do think they're going to make a hard run at LeBron. I think that's clear. The Porzingis deal, for starters, I'm not sure who they were bidding against on that one. Like, that was that's throwing all that money at Porzingis, who's had myriad health issues over the last couple of years. They give him a couple of years. But theoretically right now, that eliminates that $15 million trade exception, or the mid-level exception that they could use to sign LeBron. But there are some things that Golden State can do to free up some space to make LeBron a reasonable offer. So I think that's option A, and I think you're going to hear a lot about that in the next 24 hours of the run that Golden State makes at him. The Washington stuff I didn't really get. I mean, I get that they want to do it, but from what I understand, the Wizards they're not motivated to deal Anthony Davis right now. I don't think Davis loves being in Washington. I said this at the time when it was traded there, but the Wizards gave up some stuff for him, and they've been looking to make the pivot from this rebuilding crappy team into a play-in playoff contender team in the Eastern Conference. And Anthony Davis is a key to that, and he's under contract for 2 more years. So I think it's possible the Wizards would deal Davis, but you'd have to give up the Giannis package. You'd have to give up Jimmy Butler, all those draft picks, swaps. You'd have to make it really worth their while, or else they have no incentive to do a deal like that.
I'm just wondering when the crash happens. It just looks like Golden State's average age on that roster is 33 or 34. I mean, how much longer can they continue to put this together before it's finally time to blow it up and start over?
Yeah, I mean, I give them credit for trying. You want to maximize these years. And I do think you get into a playoff series and you've got LeBron, Draymond, Steph, and AD theoretically. That's a tough team to beat. I understand you got to put some guys around them, some athletes around them, some young bodies around them, but that's a team of playoff closers that you'd have there. But yeah, I mean, it's a long shot at best. They're doing what they should do and try to maximize these final years of Steph Curry. I think they maybe have a shot at LeBron. I don't think it's a lock that he goes back to Los Angeles. But this other version of it where Anthony Davis winds up there, right now I just don't see it.
All right. We have a Detroit Piston fan here in the studio. Jalen Duren, who is coming off the best year of his career, apparently doesn't want to play there, or is apparently not close to getting the contract he wants. So as a restricted free agent, he's meeting with Sacramento and I guess the Lakers tonight or tomorrow. What are the odds he leaves there and goes somewhere else?
Yeah, it says a lot when you have a guy that wants to be in Sacramento about the situation in Detroit. That's strong. Look, this is pretty simple. It's money, and these two sides have been the loggerheads over money for over a year now. I mean, they negotiated a deal. I think it was about $100 million over 4 years. That Duren wasn't happy with last offseason. Then he goes out and has the season of his life. And if he had a hamstring strain in Game 82 that kept him out of the playoffs, I'm not sure we would be here right now. I think the Pistons would have ponied up what was necessary to keep him. But that playoffs was a disaster. And that is in the mind of Detroit as they've been negotiating this new deal. I don't know the exact numbers, but people involved in this have told me they are way off. They are not close to an agreement on any kind of financials with Jaylen Duren. And Duren's doing the right thing. He's going to meet with Sacramento. There'll be a conversation with the Lakers. There'll probably be 1 or 2 other teams that get into the mix over the next couple of days. He's trying to create some leverage there. But the Kings, they can't sign him outright. They have a horrible cap situation. And I think the question then becomes, does Detroit feel comfortable taking on a Domantas Sabonis, who is a very good offensive player, but a very bad defensive player? And does that, push them closer to where they want to be in the Eastern Conference? I know the Pistons want to find a way to get a deal done, but they are really, really far apart right now on the money from what I'm told. And I think Sacramento is closer to what Duren wants on the money. And that just makes me think it's going to be a tough sell to get him back in Detroit.
It just surprises me to hear you say that it's viewed as a disaster in terms of not that he, no one would want to go to Sacramento. That doesn't surprise me. But the disaster label for Detroit in the playoffs, to me, I look at that team much the way I look at San Antonio. It's all right, disappointing, sure, and close, yes, but two examples of teams that just aren't quite ready.
He was a disaster, though. Duran was. This
is my point. Like they weren't ready. But this is my every problem that the Pistons had with Duran at the end of last season. They disappeared during the regular season. Duran was great. His scoring numbers almost doubled. His rebounding numbers were up. Like he was a versatile guy, a more versatile offensive player with this team during the regular season. But all the problems came roaring back in the playoffs. Like every concern the Pistons had about Duran was back in the playoffs, like how he can be kind of marginalized offensively and defensively. He can take advantage of him a little bit on the perimeter. This is just, they're now kind of back to not square one exactly, but they're back to kind of having those trepidations about locking him in. Plus, he made All NBA. That means he's eligible for an even bigger contract than he was eligible for last year, which widens the window of offers that he can get. I think it's just problematic right now between these two sides.
Yeah, they got their star. They don't need to be throwing money at another guy that is got a lot of faults. So let him go to Sacramento as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you got Cade Cunningham. You build around him. He can't score, and Duran can't defend either in the playoffs. He was terrible. All right, very good. Chris Mannix, well, I'm sorry that you're losing Jake Paul to professional football.
Is that a thing now? Like, I've been doing other things. I've kind of fallen off the Jake Paul bandwagon.
Oh, that's too bad. Just to bring you up to speed, he even though he did not complete a traditional form of high school, he does have some sort of certificate, and his plan is to be a walk-on at Stanford and then go play slot receiver in the NFL.
Well, you see, here's the thing. Jake Paul, by us having this conversation and others having this conversation, has already won. This is what he wants. He wants the attention, not so much doing that. I'd put probably every nickel I got on Jake not playing football at Stanford. I would say that's probably true.
They have a big GED program, so I don't know.
I don't know that his skill set would translate. It's Stanford football. Come on, let's get real.
All right. Well, if you're going to eliminate everyone with the GED, I just don't know how they're going to fill up their classroom.
I don't care what academics he's got. I don't think he can play football. That's the problem.
I think it's more absurd to get into Stanford with a GED than I do that it is to play football there.
That's fair.
All right, Chris Mannix, thank you so much. Read him in Sports Illustrated. Appreciate it as always.
Thanks, Chris.
You got it, guys.
All right, there you go, Chris Mannix.
We didn't even get into the gambling scandal. The Michael Beasley.
I don't even care anymore about that. I mean, you send those things, and I appreciate it, but I just it's.
But I mean,
you're getting down to the Michael Beasleys of the world.
No,
I remember.
It has nothing to do necessarily with the player. It has everything to do with.
I understand that, but it's like white noise now. So if the NBA wanted so many gambling allegations to come out, where it's just like become white noise, it's like this. With the internet and social media, like this idea of just carpet bombing bad news until it just becomes routine. Mm-hmm. They've, you see it in politics. They kind of, or just, outrageous stuff. You put enough outrageous stuff out that people just stop paying attention. I think I've reached that point personally with the NBA. I see what you're saying about the gambling. But I mean, I don't know how you cannot gamble considering now you can gamble and you couldn't before. These guys never had an opportunity to put money on things, and now they're gambling. So there you go. I know guys that can't gamble on regular websites.
Yeah,
like that have been kicked off regular websites because they either gambled too much money or whatever the hell reason.
But this wasn't.
But no, John, I know.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying. Forget it. I'm having a conversation in my own head. Don't worry about it. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
More Toucher and Hardy on the way on the Sports Hub.
On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel is changing the game because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. Not anymore. With FanDuel's Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues with the substitute. So you're still in it until the final.
Toucher and Hardy.
No.
On the Sports Hub.
You know, I got an idea for a bit. The email bit. We should do the email bit. It's a great idea. Let's do the email bit.
We are Toucher and Hardy. Our email segment is powered by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Don't just send an email. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777 or visit gottagetglassman.com. We have Adolfo doing his fart test through the University of Maryland, and he's got his app up, and he has 24 hours worth of data. I won't share it with anyone out there, but let's just say he sent us the results, and it's a whole legit affair. They give you information right away.
Yeah, we're going to have to spend some time on this tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to have to parse through it. Do you want to do it tomorrow, or do you want to wait until he's tomorrow? You're gone Friday? We're all gone Friday.
We're all gone on Friday.
Are you gone Thursday?
No.
Oh.
John's done after today.
No. Nick's done after today. I'm through Thursday.
Oh.
Our relationship's been done since Jump Street Jack.
You going to visit him during his staycation?
Yeah. That's it.
That'd be nice.
How about that, Nick?
I hope so.
Might as well do something while you're doing nothing.
Nick's going to Marshfield. What are you
Yeah, I'm
talking
going to
about?
Marshfield. I'm doing stuff.
Where he grew up.
Yeah.
Where we live right down the road.
Marshfield. It's 3rd July. Big weekend.
Take the boys around, show them places where you grew up, things that you used to do.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait.
What's your favorite memory from Marshfield?
Probably hanging out at the beach, you know. Just soaking it up with my pals.
What a vivid memory.
You put me on the spot.
I know. It is asking you to remember something from your life. Anything from your childhood. You guys would spend would you spend time on the beach with your dad?
No.
He didn't like the beach?
No.
Boy.
No.
Why'd you live in Marshfield?
Very dismissive.
I went to high school in Marshfield.
No, I know, but
that's why they live there, idiot.
Did your dad live in Marshfield?
Yeah, he did. He did.
Okay, but so why did you guys move to Marshfield?
I mean, I don't know. He was living in Marshfield, and I moved.
Yeah.
in with
Okay,
him
but the point is, if he didn't like the beach, what was in it for Marshfield for him?
Because he grew up in Marshfield.
Oh, okay, but he just didn't like the beach.
He just didn't like the beach.
Okay, he didn't trust the sand.
I guess so.
Too much movement.
Yeah.
You can't get a steady ground. He likes steady
I guess
ground.
so. I don't actually remember going to the beach with him.
Okay.
As a kid.
You just went with your boys?
My boys, yes.
Whatever happened to that motorcycle you bought when your grandpa died?
Yeah. I sold it 6 months later.
For what kind of profit?
No profit. I took a loss.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I bought it for $2,000
and
then sold it for 16.
Did you buy a helmet and leathers and all the stuff to go
Heck
with it?
yeah, I invested.
Did you sell that stuff also?
I think eventually, yeah.
He sold it to he sent it to a kid down the street, to a 12-year-old down the street. He said, if you ever want to ride a motorcycle, if you never grow, here's my stuff. All right, Nick. Well, that's good.
Okay.
Well, enjoy yourself. You know, Nick's taking off Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now, we're all off Friday, but he's taking off Wednesday and Thursday. You say, why would you take 2 vacation days? You just had 3 months off or three weeks off for paternity leave. And he said, he goes, yeah, I'm going to take these days off because I got nothing to do and nowhere to go.
The more I think about it, I think maybe it wasn't the best.
No, it was a bad idea.
It was a bad idea.
Yeah. You should have saved it up and at least had a week off.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just kind of random 2 days.
You've convinced me.
Yeah, you're gonna be bored more than anything else.
No, I would rather be here. I would.
You're at that stage in your children's lives where you would rather be here. Yes, it's nice to get a break sometimes.
What are the exact ages right now?
Noah is 3 and Miles, or Cletus, is 4 months.
Yeah.
3. Forget terrible twos. 3.
It's not fun.
I just didn't like having a baby. Like they don't give you a lot. The baby.
Baby's not the issue. The baby's great.
Did he start getting pissed off when the baby came home?
Well, yeah. You know.
Yeah, well, no,
As soon as
that's
he
exactly
walked
why I
into the
asked.
room.
Yeah, that's exactly what Milo did. When my daughter came home from the hospital, he immediately changed. He did not like it. He still doesn't like it to this day.
He eventually warmed up to the baby. I think it took 3 weeks.
Is he acting the same? Your older son?
No, he wants more attention.
Yes, so
right.
he hasn't. Yeah, he's not actively hitting the baby. He's not a psychopath. He's not like a violent kid. He's a normal kid. But the thing is that no, he doesn't forgive you for bringing home the kid.
He's also in the midst of learning how to potty training.
Well,
which is great.
Well, then you need your mom, essentially your mom, your wife home, so she can teach him because you don't know what you're doing there.
Other mom.
Yes.
Yeah. The one that gives you the pacifier, so you can finally perform.
I have a.
That's a fetish I wasn't aware of.
Oh yeah, you were aware. You were absolutely aware of that fetish. We did a bunch of news stories. There was a place in New Hampshire they just shut down because they were.
I thought that was strictly a diaper thing. I didn't know there was a pacifier
it's
thing.
only diaper. No, it's
John, they had they had rooms with cribs and stuff.
Yeah, he even knows. He wasn't even on the show at the time.
The diaper spa. Yeah, I was.
Oh, you were? Okay.
We wanted to send Robbie Roadsteamer in there.
Oh yeah, that would have gone well. That would have been funny.
I remember that was pitched. Yeah, send him up there. Be great.
Because it's who do you get mad at, the diaper spa or Robbie? You really can't call out Robbie when you got a weird business like the diaper spa. Who's weirder, a performance artist or the diaper spa?
That place is gone now? Or is it still there?
They were
tell me.
Up in arms. Yeah, they were up in arms about it being there in the first place, but I think they got shut down because they weren't licensed properly.
Yeah, it was a residential. Yeah. It was a business in a residential area. Okay. Wow, you've been on the show for a long time. Yes, I do remember that story. Remember it very well. Yes, it never ceases to amaze me what happens to people. That's at least one thing that I don't have is some weird kink that I need to fulfill so I can behave.
Completely defunct. State regulators denied its home business permit, and the owner was issued multiple cease and desist orders and fines for operating without proper licenses.
Mr. Zolak, hello.
Hey, did he say his name is Kid Cletus?
I don't know what that was. I didn't want to pursue it. He said Cletus or something else. Why'd you say Cletus?
Because you said my son's name is Cletus one time.
I don't know, Scott.
I was like, Jesus. All right.
No, it's Miles.
Miles. Because he was going to name his kid Milo, which is my kid's name, and that would have been
It was a
pathetic.
3-second thought.
It turned into Miles. It was more than a 3-second thought.
Mm-hmm.
Miles is pretty damn close to Milo, and I'm not making that up. I mean, I truly believe that. You had Milo on the brain. And then you knew you couldn't name him Milo, so you named him Miles. Or Brittany did.
Brittany
and you better hope
Milo,
it's not Brittany because she's in love with me then. Huh?
Then I was like, nah, that's Fred's kid's name. We can't.
Yeah, she didn't know that. She just thought of Milo because she's a huge Descendants fan.
Yeah, where did Milo come from?
I don't know. We were just throwing around
Get her on the
names.
phone again.
We had written down on the board and everything like that.
There's
on a board.
There's the Thuppets. What was reenactment of the whole thing when he said written on the board when he was away from his paternal leave.
That's right. Speaking of Nick, Brandon writes, after hearing about Nick's sleep-eating adventures, I couldn't help but think it's a shame he can't be more productive in his sleep. Imagine waking up to find he'd accidentally uploaded one of the podcasts instead of accidentally housing a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yesterday's 1 hour was missing, and listening out of order is serial killer behavior. Nick?
Yeah, it seems like there was an issue with the website that we use. So I apologize to everyone, but hour one is now, from yesterday's show, is now live. I wasn't able to upload it or make any changes to it at home because the website was down.
Why don't you come back to work? You couldn't do it at home. Why didn't you come back to work and do it?
I couldn't at the time. I had Miles.
So get him in the car and take him to work.
Okay, well.
That would be absurd. Okay. Right.
But the website was down, so if I came here all the way here.
Okay, well, if it wouldn't have worked here, then that means that's why you didn't come in.
Right.
But you made it sound like you said I couldn't do it at home.
I wasn't able to log on to the website at home, or I should have just said in general.
Okay, so it was not your fault, right. No matter where your location was, because you do understand. You say if I couldn't do it at home, that makes it sound like you could have done it somewhere else.
Yes,
which I don't know for me, I don't. What do I care? But the way Beasley's operating, I don't know if I want that information being thrown around, because they would say like, well, you cost us X amount of dollars by not putting it up. You see?
Got it. Yes.
You have to do. Everyone has to remember there is business being done. Somewhere, someone's got the money is changing hands. Money's changing hands somewhere. It's all very loose, but money is on the line.
No.
Now I try to make it a point of not yelling at Nick anymore, but he has to understand that comes with 20 years of experience now that I have under my belt from when I used to yell at him.
That was.
Well, that was
an all-timer.
Yeah, he was.
No, Nick!
He was just digging his heels, and I couldn't have that.
Oh boy,
I can't help that. You can see her.
Yes, you could. You're the only one that could help me. That help it. You're the only one that could help in that. Well, now I'm on your side again. But what people have to understand is just because I'm not yelling anymore doesn't change the dynamics of the business. Like, when you don't do something that the company needs, there's still a company and everything. I might not yell at you. But you might be better off having me yell at you than the alternatives. I'm not saying they're going to fire you, but I'm just telling you that you don't want... I just know if I ran Beasley and someone was like, because this didn't happen, so this is why I keep saying it. If it's just like it just is a lesson. If I ran Beasley and I heard someone go like, "Yeah, I couldn't get an hour of the podcast up for which you depend on ad revenue for, so I just decided to not come in until the next morning when I was supposed to be at work anyway to put it up," I'd go, "Okay, that's unacceptable because you could have at least gotten someone. Something would have been done. You cost us this amount of money." And, next time I don't want to lose this money. I want to make it. So you find a way to get someone in here that can do it. So I wouldn't be so loose with the tongue. You understand how that can come off bad? Yeah. That's my lesson to Nicholas. Before he on his big vacation. His big vacation across the street.
Instead of being in one room in his house, and halfway through the day he'll
in our room.
Yeah,
and tomorrow he'll get to sleep in. He'll sleep in, and he'll be. I guarantee he's up at 2:00 in the morning tomorrow morning.
Well, eating.
Well, that's not up.
No,
he's still sleeping at that point. He says. All right, very good. We'll be back, and then we'll let Nick go on his big vacation. And we'll get out of here and let Zolak and Bertrand come in. Here are the headlines.
Boring.
And the same opinions.
Boring.
And he's back with Fred on the Sports Hub. We know what you're thinking. What could I possibly have missed from the show? It's time for The Stack on Toucher and Hardy.
We are Toucher and Hardy. You know, a lot of talk about Jaylen Brown. The Athletic has a piece about the Pistons and their involvement, and hang on to your hats. Here's apparently the Pistons want Brown, which you could figure out why. They have Cade Cunningham, and they don't want Duren, and then they would have Cunningham, the Thompson, and Brown, which I would take in the East, probably. But they would offer Duncan. I guess they'd want Duren too with that. But you get Duncan Robinson, Ron Holland II, Chris LeVert, plus first-round picks in 2028, 30, and 32. Sink your teeth into that, Celtics fans.
Man.
Very late-round picks because Cade Cunningham's a kid still. He's the age of the kid coming out of Michigan.
Yaxel Lindenborg?
Yeah, he's the same age.
Yeah.
Both 24.
No, I'm not surprised.
So you get Duncan Robinson, who couldn't shoot for the Pistons.
Doesn't play any defense.
He's better defensively than you'd think. He's not good defensively by any stretch, but you would think he was like a huge liability, like Doncic, but he's not like that. But I understand what you're saying. Ron Holland, who was is a kid, and then Chris LeVert, who John loves because
Karis.
Chris LeVert.
I think it's Karis LeVert.
Oh, Karis LeVert.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. I was just going to say who you love.
Yes,
based on
music. Yeah.
Music of LeVert.
Yeah.
I don't know it's Karis LeVert because I don't recall him playing very often.
Karis LeVert is the ultimate all or nothing. He could get 40 one night and then get no points the next night.
Is he the guard?
Yes.
Oh, he's the guard that scores?
He scores a ton. He'll. I think he scored 51 against the Celtics.
Okay,
one night.
I am aware of who he is. Yes, Karis LeVert. Now he does not play often.
No. He's a bench player specifically because he's so wildly inconsistent.
Okay, according to his the depth chart that ESPN has up, he is their third string shooting guard behind Isaiah Joe and Duncan Robinson. Now Isaiah Joe, you could beat easily because he was the second fighter on Punch-Out.
Glass Joe, he's the first guy.
Isaiah Joe was the second. He was the Amish one.
Young man named after Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars.
Of course, the backcourt, the Jordan rules. But Karis LeVert, you're right. I do know who Karis LeVert is. And
he's been around a while.
Well,
he's bounced around a ton.
He's 31.
Yeah.
And he played at Michigan, apparently, and I don't remember him at Michigan, and I usually remember these things. But nonetheless, you could get Duncan Robinson and Karis LeVert. I guess the prize there is Holland. But he didn't really play either.
That is an underwhelming package.
Well, it doesn't sound like you're getting much.
No, and we talked about it earlier before we had Chris Mannix on. Said at this point, considering how much you're just tossing Brown's name out there, and you're not going to get back an all-star in return, if Detroit said, okay, we'll do a sign and trade and we'll send you Duren as part of the package for Jaylen Brown, that's at least in the same universe as something that you can sell.
I don't think they do. I don't think the Pistons would do that.
I don't think they would either. So what you're left with is a bunch of nonsense and low first-round draft picks. That is as underwhelming as it gets for this player.
I wonder if Duren has more value than Brown does because he's younger. Because he's younger and he doesn't carry the same attitude problems. Maybe there's something's going on. I mean, you have to be. I don't think anyone, certainly the writers we talked to should be, because everyone was tripping all over themselves about how ridiculous it would be to get rid of Jaylen Brown. And you do understand that they want to and no one will take him. What do you mean no one will take him? Yes, not literally no one will take him, but no one seems to want to give up anything of value for him. So
all we're hearing is a bunch of salary filler and first-round draft picks, and not even as many first-round draft picks as Brad Stevens is asking for.
Well, at a certain point, it just gets like silly. I mean, at 2035, like if I'm Brad Stevens, I don't even want that pick Because I don't want this job anymore in 2035. I don't want to be sticking around here.
Who knows where I'm going to be in 9 years?
Yeah, I mean, the NBA should do something to curtail that a little bit, because even as a fan, like if you first of all, it puts you too in touch with your demise, like your mortality, because you start pushing things 10 years out, and then you go like, in 10 years, I'm going to be 61. And then so they're going to take an 18-year-old kid. They're going to take an 8-year-old, a kid who's 8 right now. That's what we're planning for. Woohoo! Like at least in the NFL, if it's a year or two, you go, the quarterback class. Like at least the kids are in college.
Well, obviously the new rules had something to do with this. The freezing of draft picks 7 years out if you're in the second luxury tax level. I mean, the Celtics have a frozen draft pick. So as we speak, they can't trade 2032, which is why you're dealing with picks that far in advance.
Yeah, why that would hold like any value? There's no way they're able to predict a draft class beyond 2 years.
Sure.
I mean, there's nothing you can look
just
at that will give you any real indication.
Well, it's like crypto. It's like theoretical currency. Like it's this.
But
thing,
once
like
one
the
team
idea.
does it, it's like, well, they got that stuff, we got that stuff, and even if there's not a lot of value attached to it, if everybody has and is holding these things, then you can just trade them around like play money.
And plus, they've redone the whole lottery rules.
Yep.
So there's really no incentive, but there's not as much incentive of even getting one from a bad team anymore.
That's right. You have less of a chance if you finish in the bottom 3 than you do if you finish like 4 through 11.
But forget about the 32 guys or 30 guys whose job it is to. I'm talking about like for a fan. Like unless you're dealing for something with like say the equivalent of a college football player is basically a junior in high school and above. So at least because you generally know if there's a kid that's like 16 that's going to be really good or could be. You knew about Cooper Flagg and all this.
Yeah.
So at least like 2 years out, like if the kid's 3 years out, if the kid's a junior in high school.
There's something you can attach, something tangible you can attach to as a fan, and you can't do that when in basketball, period, much less when it's 10 years away.
And this is not morbid, but I mean, like, you don't know if you're going to be alive in 10 years.
Well, you keep going back to that. You're a real death fixation.
I'm the one.
Yeah.
Look at you in your pretty little house with your pretty little wife. Just thinking nothing's ever going to happen to you. Well, I'm from the streets, man. And I know a little something about living and dying. And I'm rolling them dice. Hey, listen, I might not be alive in 10 years, but I'll damn be having a good time today.
Just don't roll those dice up against your common wall there, buddy. Neighbors will complain.
That's right. I'm divorced.
Click.
Yeah.
Click.
That's right. I'm living a wild divorced man's life with a shared wall. It's a thick wall, though. Best Newton can buy.
Oh, 8 feet of concrete in between.
Can't
those
hear
two
nothing.
walls.
Can't hear nothing, baby. All right. We'll be back tomorrow, except for Nick. He's gone. He's just going to go home.
He's going to stay there.
He gets to go home right after the show. Stay there for 5 days. That's where Nick's going. Well, he's going to Marshfield, so he's got that. He gets to load the car up.
Saturday.
He gets to load the car up with Cheerios and everything else and go down to
But
Marshfield.
no Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's gone.
No, that's gone. He eats that at night when he's sleeping.